welcome to the Vampire Stream. I am your host, Ego, Boxingego. Shout out to my shooter, James Souza. He ready to clap something on the Vampire Stream. Let's see who we can lure into the late night, the wee hours of the night. We own the night. Got my H2O. We got some stuff to talk about, people, on the Vampire Stream. H2O is the best stuff for you. Man, we can't. Damn, nobody up? Everybody sleep? On the Vampire Stream? They gonna have to catch the replay? Okay. Either way, we still working. A lot going on. It's fight week. Canelo versus Golovkin. You know, I'm surprised that there's not much of a buzz for the fight, in my honest opinion. I have not heard, like, when the fight was going for May, and see, this is a testament that, to me, like, boxing fans are kind of getting sick of bullshit happening. Because when the fight was announced for May, at least the initial buzz that I heard seemed a bit bigger. But then after the clenbuterol and Golovkin, his team don't want Canelo to use certain gloves and this and that, it's like it's kind of died down from what I've seen on the Vampire Stream. But I think the fight will be good. Oscar De La Hoya, he's talking about running for president. Like, come on, man. Shout out to Omaha 402. I see y'all. Gang. I might come out there for Terrence Crawford. That boy Bud can fight. And I like the Benavidez brothers, too. You would have to favor Crawford in that matchup, I would say. No disrespect to Jose Benavidez. I mean, the good thing that the thing I respect is Benavidez ain't no punk. Neither one of them. You know, Benavidez, David, had a tough fight with Ron Gavril. Set the record straight. You know? Cool. You know, Jose Benavidez, one of the rare people that are even calling out Terrence Crawford. So I don't have a problem with that. You know, same thing with Mikey Garcia. Do I think Mikey should fight Errol Spence? Not really. You know, I think he should try to gun for a Lomachenko fight or 135, 140 Regis Prograis. But hey, it's his career. You know, so I applaud the guys. Ego, is Triple G your number 4 favorite defensive fighter? You said it on Instagram laughing at him, but not biased. Yeah, I was being sarcastic. Triple G, most people that watch him, they're not watching him for no defense because he doesn't have much of it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, no guy, that's his defense. Hey, no guys, I got hell of a chin. You know, that's really the defense. So, good fighter, but he's not renowned for no fucking defense. Bud whoop Spence. Let's see it. LSI. That's all. What up? Y'all getting the late night stream on? Oh yes, this is the Vampire Stream. He wants all the smoke with Crawford. Who? Listen, there's nothing to talk about. I'm just trying to see all this shit, because at the end of the day, motherfuckers, they said Danny was gonna win for sure, and that didn't happen, you know. So it's like everybody has a fight prediction, but a lot of you guys get the fight predictions wrong. Hey, I got a quick question, like aesthetics question. Do you guys like seeing the time? Is that beneficial? You see how on the screen, the chat, you can see the time? Do y'all like that? The ability? Because I was thinking it might be cool when we do a hot seat. So I could look at the time and see when these motherfuckers said the thing, and that'll help me, you know, if it goes on to the next minute. But I want to know from you guys, what do you guys think about it? Is it bother you? Do you not like it? You like it? Doesn't matter? The timestamp? Yay or nay on the left-hand side? He said he wants Spence after he beats Crawford. I mean, listen, if he if he beats Crawford, I mean, I can't take nothing away from him because Crawford is considered pound for pound number one, so he deserves Spence or another big fight. You know, I heard him say that. So, again, props. I see. Listen, we got to get boxing back. There's there's certain guys that they doing what they're supposed to be doing, and I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at someone for being ambitious. Some people would say it's overly ambitious, like, hey, you can't beat Spence, let alone Crawford. But hey, if he's a fighter, he's supposed to feel like he could beat all of them, you know. And trust me, I'd rather I'd rather have one Jose Benavidez than 10 people doing what Anthony Joshua is doing right now, you know. Straight up. The boxing fan, the sport I love, that's what I would rather have. I'd rather have one Jose Benavidez and you could have 10 Anthony Joshua, like, oh, the men in the suit, because I'm not really worried about men in suits. I'll give you my hard-earned money. I work hard for my shit. You guys see it. You see the workflow. You see me traveling. I don't even know what coast I'm on half the time. You know, I'll be having jet lag and all types of stuff. I definitely, listen, you can say that all these channels, y'all be telling me about channels want to debate me and all this. Do they work harder than me? You know, I don't care if you're my biggest adversary, arch nemesis, Thanos. There is nobody on this earth that knows me and, you know, can look under the hood and be like, oh, ego don't work for what he has. Name one person. Name one person who could say I don't work. Because if there's anything my dad instilled in me, it's a fucking work ethic. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that with 100% certainty and not look two ways about it. There ain't nobody that can tell you I don't work. Ain't nobody that could tell you that, oh, yeah, that motherfucker ego, he lazy, he don't work. So-and-so gave him that car, or so-and-so funded his trip, you know what I mean? There ain't nobody. Nobody. Oh, he didn't have no, I'm not saying I've never needed anything. You know what I'm saying? So, unless, like I said, unless these boys outworking me, I don't really care. That's why I say hashtag we working. They can talk, I'm working. I don't care. I don't care what the fuck anybody's doing. I care about boxing. I care about this sport. I care about Danny. Talk about Danny, champ of the world. Put the Henny down. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody drinking. What are you talking about? Y'all motherfuckers be saying stupid shit. Put the Henny down. What? Yeah, get the strap, man. Crawford has skills, no doubt, but I personally think Spence is too strong. Watching Spence fight Mr. Basically, I don't see Crawford doing much to hurt Spence or keep him off. That's a different fight. You know, Spence, his movement is, his feet, like, are more educated. Crawford, excuse me. Crawford is the type of person, he's going to show you what he needs when he needs to. Straight up. Ray Beltran, he was a lot more Money Mayweather, where he was just like picking his shots and then moving and stuff. But then some of these other fights where he really wanted to prove, DAZN, Hank Lundy, Felix Diaz, Jeff Hearn, where he really had a statement he wanted to make. He stepped on the gas and, you know, maybe willing to take some hits. But Crawford is smart. Trust me. I know people that spar with him. He's smart. So he's not gonna show you everything. He's gonna pull out what he needs. It's like my boy's a sneakerhead. Shout out to my boy T. He's a sneakerhead, right? He pulls out fits to go with certain, like he'll pull out certain J's to go with a certain jersey or certain jeans, and you know he's just that color coordinated with it. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll buy a fucking Avengers shirt or some shit, and he has some perfect J's to go with it. That's Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is that kid who stay fly and stay ready and stay fresh, and his outfit, he's gonna pick out the right outfit for the right occasion. You know, color coordinating and all that shit. Crawford is gonna fight you how Jeff Hearn don't got no fucking defense. So he knew he can, you know, reflex wise, Jeff Hearn wasn't fucking with him. Errol Spence is more technical than Jeff Hearn. You know, so I really believe Terrence Crawford fights a different fight. Now, I don't know who wins, Spence or Crawford. Both of them are my guys. You know, I don't have a horse in that race. I would love to see the fight. May the best man win. But I'm just telling you, you can't compare it to certain things. I live in the West Coast. I'm in California on the Vampire Stream. Smarter than punching bag Brooke, and Brooke beating Spence for 8 rounds. Imagine what Crawford will do. See, I don't respect nobody who's talking like that. You know, punching bag Brooke and stuff. Like, Brooke's a punching bag now. Like, see, that doesn't even, like, I can't take you serious as a boxing fan. Straight up. You calling Brooke a punching bag at that stage. And the only man who had defeated him was a fucking middleweight, 13 pounds higher than his true. I'm at midweight, you know, so that's stupid to call him a punching bag. So yeah, I see. Sometimes that's why I don't like talking boxing one-on-one with a lot of you guys, because Roger Mayweather, he deserves to, like, a copyright. Like, he needs that coin. Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. That is like one of the honest go-to quotes that people really say. Yeah, I mean, it's true though. That was young Errol. I mean, it wasn't young. It was just like a year or two ago. But it wasn't so much. He was off a 9-month layoff, and he's a champion now. So I'm sure, I've never been a champion because I'm not a fighter, you know. But I'm sure your confidence grows as you become a champion. I would imagine, you know, especially beating the shit out of Lamar Peterson, taking care of your mandatory in front of a big crowd in 1 round. So you have to. I mean, like I said, most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing at all. You know, look at Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter had a tough ass fight with Julio Diaz and had to rematch him because the first fight was a draw, right? And then he came back and beat Julio Diaz. But fast forward to the future, just last weekend, he fought Danny Garcia, who's one of the top dogs at welterweight, and he beat him. So, I mean, are we going to look at Shawn Porter 4 years ago or whatever the fuck the Julio Diaz fight was and then hold him to that? You know, you got to see where guys have come and where they're at now. Lots changed since that time. You know, that's why, again, people pick up when I see boxing and talk, people pick up on these little tidbits, and they think because they seen something or know something that I'm not doing no pause. I'm not playing no games right now. People think because they know a little piece of something that they know boxing. Like, oh yeah, Canelo got hurt by Cotto's brother. Just because you know that factoid don't mean you know shit about boxing. Because put this in your pipe and smoke it. People keep talking about how Canelo got hurt when he was 19 by Miguel Cotto's brother. Okay, that's cool. Where he was at in his career, his defense wasn't as sharp, got caught, got hurt, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to the future, he whooped on the better Cotto, Miguel Cotto. Fast forward to the future, he just went 12 rounds with Golovkin, and he never really appeared to be in much danger. He gassed, but he was never like on cute queers like Amir Khan versus Samuel Vargas, where he was getting knocked down or stumbling and shit. So, I mean, what are we really talking about? You know, you guys got to make it make sense. They do this to Wilder too. Oh, but Eric Molina, he gave Wilder, he's a fucking heavyweight. Wilder got caught with, you know, a punch or two, and he stumbled. Who cares? This man just beat Luis Ortiz. I don't give a fuck about that Eric Molina fight. And, like, see, what they want to do is they want to do some Adam Sandler click shit, right? They want to pause. Okay, only look at the first 3 rounds when Molina rocked Wilder, and then pause it. But tell the rest of the story. You know, tell about how Eric Molina was flying through the ropes and got knocked out by Wilder. You know, tell the full story if you're going to tell it. You know, talk about how Jose Miguel Cotto got knocked the fuck out by Canelo. Tell the whole story. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to tell the whole story. It's like Murder Mook in the battle. He was like, everybody talk about how AI crossed over Jordan. And then he was like, something. But they forgot Jordan put up 31 points and still won that game. I was like, ugh. And that's facts. Everybody talking about the cross up, which was dope. You know, Allen Iverson, you know, he got him. Hey, Block Loke, this bum ass dude. He says you junk. Who the fuck calls someone junk? Get this trash bag out of my face. This motherfucker is trash bag juice. Get him the fuck up out of here. Thank you. He says, you junk. He mad because I roasted his dumbass comment from earlier. You junk. I'm junk, but you up late as fucking night or early in the morning, depending on where you live, watching me. These dudes be so stupid. They be so obsessed with the channel. You're trash, man. Everything you don't know shit. But you up here at God knows what hour it is for you watching me. So that's vindication in itself. James E. Who do I think is going to win, Triple G or Canelo? I've been on record 1,000 times. I don't know if you're new to the channel. I am picking Canelo Alvarez. I would say out of respect to Triple G, I think he's durable. I'm going to say a decision. But I could see a TKO, Canelo TKO in him. I think it all starts at the body. Chop that tree. But I would say Canelo decision, you know, and I wouldn't even put it past a majority decision. I think it's going to be a fight of halves. I think it might be a matter of, you know, Triple G starts off better. It's going to be competitive for sure. You know, I think there's going to be some cool moments, action moments, but Canelo's going to have to settle into the fight, things like that. So yeah, but that's overkill, dude. He said, compared to Crawford, the smarter boxer, yes, Brook is a punching bag. I mean, that's stupid. That's like saying Canelo compared to Floyd Mayweather, so Canelo's a punching bag because he couldn't fuck with Floyd Mayweather. You don't have to bag on one dude and call him a punching bag to praise another. Crawford is good. We know that. Crawford's a complete fighter. We know that. But to call Brook a punching bag, like I said, I don't know about these other people in the comment section. I immediately don't respect your opinion if you're really willing to call Kell Brook, at the time Errol Spence fought him, a punching bag, you know? And that people call Brandon Rios and shit like that now a punching bag because he takes a lot of punishment and a lot of punches to go in. You know what I'm saying? You're really going to say Kell Brook's at that level where he's just absolutely... Kell Brook was doing pretty well for himself, to be honest. You know, so I can't take you serious. Icy said they lacking. I don't know where your notification is. They hating on the Stream King, but we back. You know, we had to come back, smash the like button. The Vampire Stream. I like Canelo by stoppage. I feel he gets to body Triple G's body and establish his jab early and disrupt Triple G's pace. See, I'm damn near giving y'all 7 reasons. I don't know. Maybe I don't do it. Braun or Garcia next? I doubt it. It's a great fight, but I doubt it. I don't think it'll happen next. You know, I think both fighters are kind of at a crossroad. You know, Braun is coming off the draw with Jesse Vargas, ain't fought since then. And then Danny Garcia is coming off a loss. I just seen Danny Garcia on social media. He said he just rewatched the fight, and he said he landed 50% of some punches, so he said he definitely feels he won. But you know, as the history books and BoxRec and the record books will show, you lost to Shawn Porter, you know. So I'm sure Shawn Porter had fights like the Keith Thurman fight. He thought he won, but the record shows he lost to him. They thought they beat Kell Brook, but the record book shows Brook beat Porter, you know. So at the end of the day, the judges didn't see it your way. And you know, I felt bad for Danny Garcia. I think he's a good dude, you know. I felt bad for him just because that's the type of fight you don't really want to see either guy losing. They both stepped up to the plate and handled business, you know, answered the call. When Keith Thurman, he's been MIA. I did talk to Keith. The interview's up. He said a lot. You know, it was cool. It was cool. At least he was a little bit more vocal. But we got to see the action from Keith. You know what I'm saying? He still hasn't told us a date. He's come back. He said a couple weeks we'll know something. But, I mean, we've heard this all. He said, Keith Thurman said this was his get back year. Yeah, he got back all right. He got all way back. He got all the way back. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. But props to Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter for a hell of a fight. I had a great time out in New York. Danny's always complaining after his L. I mean, you trained 8 to 10 weeks. You think you won? You're going to be mad. I think the Porter fight was... Danny Garcia has more of an argument to think he won than the Keith Thurman. I don't see him winning the Keith Thurman shit. He got off to a far too late start, and then that's kind of his problem in the Porter rematch. To me, I don't know what it was. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Porter just seemed like he overall wanted it. When Porter, his corner looked better in the. I mean, his team looked better in the corner. You feel me? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to prevent possible lag from happening. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Excuse me 1 second, people. All right. Now, what I was saying is this: Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, Garcia in the corner. He just looked kind of just there. You know, I would much rather the energy. I felt the energy in Team Porter's corner a lot more. Like they looked like, like they were responsive. Angel Garcia was screaming at his son, and Danny Garcia just looked kind of like was just looking at him. I don't know what it was. I don't know what, but to me, it really felt in a close fight, little things. See, Danny Garcia is too much of a veteran to not know this. Little things will steal you the round in a close fight. In a close fight, Shawn Porter was switching stances and shit. That little stuff like that, and then that he's throwing a few more punches and outworking you, and he just looked like he was stepping on the gas. That's gonna win you the fight. I mean, Danny Garcia is too much of a veteran to not know that. He had an amateur career. He had a pro career. He's too much of a veteran to not know that. And to me, Shawn Porter, he killed him when it comes to intensity. He was, the intensity was there. He looked like he wanted to be there. He was trying to gut it out. I'm sure he was tired, but he was like the Energizer Bunny. And in a close fight, you have to understand that right or wrong, people are going to score based on perception. It's just like, here's an example. Joseph Parker versus Anthony Joshua. Joshua's the champion. You're in his backyard. The commentary is probably biased. The judges are probably siding with the hometown guy, right? The referee is not on your side and letting you work on the inside. So Joseph Parker would have to up the ante. If you're in a close fight and Joshua's like trying to control you with the jab, you're going to have to do little things. You have to make something pop because they're not going to give you the fucking fight. Do you get what I'm saying? Joseph Parker, I thought his game plan was cool, but he needed to do what Lamont Peterson did to Danny Garcia. He should have turned it up in the second half. That's why people like Floyd Mayweather are great, because not anybody, I'm not saying this to disrespect the fighters, but for lack of a better word, anybody could give you 4 or 5 rounds. It's what happens in that second half that defines a champion. And this what makes guys like Floyd Mayweather great. Guys like Muhammad Ali who had 15 rounders, shit like that, because everybody gets tired unless you're on EPO or some PED or some shit. Everybody's naturally going to get tired. You have to push through that. Arm weary and heavy and shit. You have to find a way. Porter found a way. Porter was a man determined. Porter was relentless. Just like Andre Ward. See, this is part of what won Ward the fight versus Kovalev. Because Andre Ward got knocked down. I'm sure that was embarrassing. We're not used to seeing. He got knocked down by Darnell Boone. Darnell Boone. We're not used to seeing Dre on the ground. And he got back up and he fought like a man determined. He was energized. Like, oh, shit. That woke his game up. And he was like, raking Kovalev's body. And then he was doing bolo punches, trying to psych Kovalev out. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you knocked me in round 2 and I'm still here. Facts, you know. And Danny Garcia had that. You know, same thing Jacobs did to Triple G. Jacobs honestly looked like he wanted it more than Triple G. I was at the fight live, and people next to me, some of them were fighters, and you know what fighter, the fighter knows who he is. You know, I was sitting right next to a fighter and everything. And we like, man, I think Jacobs got that. I think Jacobs got that. You know, I think he definitely won that one. Yeah. He looked like he wanted it. He was pop pop. He hit Triple G with like a 2-3 piece, and he was like, yeah, flexing and shit. You know, so Danny Garcia, like I said, he got out hustled. Like T.I. said, hustle gang, homie. You got out hustled. You know, it just, you got out hustled. You allowed the public perception or the judge's perception be to believe in Shawn Porter's. And see, this is the thing. I understand boxing. I know what Danny Garcia and Angel are talking about, because Danny Garcia did land the more thudding, impactful singles and the more accurate singles, but you still got out hustled. Hustle gang, homie. You got out hustled. So again, you leave it in. It's like Jesus take the wheel when you do that, because you gotta figure out a way. Like, one, Danny Garcia abandoned his jab. That would have helped him. Shawn Porter was moving too fucking much. Like, you know, like not running, moving, but moving herky jerky and all this shit. A jab put that stick on him, and Danny Garcia, the taller guy, got away from that. So I mean, I think the fight could have been a draw. I'm perfectly happy with Shawn Porter winning because it was that type of fight, and I think the perception is that he did more just because he was what he was. It's almost like Canelo Triple G won. Triple G was just staying on top of Canelo and working more. You know, even though his work wasn't as clean as Canelo's. You know what I'm saying? It was a similar fight if you really think about it. Canelo was landing the more, you know what I mean, crisp shit. But he was also resting more. And you can't use that as a saving grace when you're getting out hustled. Another fight that comes to mind, see, I know my boxing people. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. versus Brian Vera, part 1. Brian Vera was a workhorse. Yap. He's throwing 1,000 punches. I thought Brian Vera beat Chavez. Right? Chavez was the bigger guy, and he was landing some good thudding shit, but you getting out hustled. You letting this little motherfucker out hustle you. Danny Garcia did the same thing. You know, you should have been jabbing, jab, all that. You know, I'm sure Danny Garcia has heavy hands. Keith Thurman even said he had heavy hands. You know, so you got to put that. Those are some good reference fights with the same type of thing. It's like, what do you like? Do you like Julio Cesar Chavez singles but more thudding shots but far less activity, or do you like Brian Vera who's nonstop on that ass? You know what I'm saying? But the difference is Brian Vera versus Chavez Jr. Brian Vera was too little to hurt Chavez Jr. I think Porter has the power to, where Danny Garcia, I'm not gonna say he was hurt, but it was more, it's higher up, you know? Like Brian Vera's power wasn't really doing shit to Chavez, but Shawn Porter has respectable power. You have to respect, you know? It's not like you want to get hit by Shawn Porter. That's what it is. You let him outgun you, outsling you, out hustle you, and the desire seemed greater, period. And in a close fight, I'm telling you, little shit like that matters. Shoe shining someone, because it looks like you in the zone having fun, and like judges, they see it. You can say they're biased or they don't know how to judge or whatever, but it's something that's like kind of triggered in the human judging psyche. You know, because I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all want me to drop some real life gems, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? We got to get them likes up. I'm going to drop some gems for y'all. I'm going to compare it to Floyd Mayweather, and some of y'all ain't going to like what I have to say. If y'all want to hear it, can I get a hell yeah? Damn, this water good. I don't see how you could see Canelo Triple G as a lot closer than Garcia Porter. They were both close. But whatever. All right. I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. And some of y'all going to get mad because y'all don't like Floyd. And, oh, why are you bringing up Floyd? Because I fucking want to on my channel. That's why. Anybody doesn't like it, don't want to hear the name Floyd Mayweather, don't want to hear my thoughts, then please, there's the door. I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. Floyd is so educated in the ring IQ, ring savvy, that a lot of people weren't doing what you think they were doing to Floyd. Oscar De La Hoya, one of them. Miguel Cotto, one of them. Marcos Maidana, one of them. But again, it's perception versus reality. Cotto was hungry. Well, he did bloody Floyd's nose. I give him that. But there was some like round 7, 8, 9. I don't remember the exact round where Cotto was just, Floyd was on the ropes and he was just letting his hands go. He wasn't doing nothing. Floyd was countering. He wasn't doing nothing. But it looked like he was. You know, he might partially block. You know, he's getting something. I'm not trying to say like he wasn't, like nothing landed. But Floyd was he's just on his sharp shit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't getting hit with a lot. He just rolling with a lot of this shit. He really wasn't doing nothing. And Floyd was picking his spots and countering and sneaking the upper. That's Floyd. De La Hoya did the same thing in the late rounds with Floyd. And the crowd's like, ah! Like, he's not even doing anything. But it looks good because it's like, yeah. See, people be in the crowd drunk and shit. It looks like you just throwing everything at the kitchen sink. You know what I'm saying? That's veteran shit. You know, you're a vet. You know the game. You're trying to steal the round and shit. And people were like, act like De La Hoya was doing some shit in them later round. He wasn't doing shit. It looked cool, and it looked like he was. Go watch it. I watched the fight several times. All these fights. Go watch it. I'm talking about Cotto in the later rounds and De La Hoya in the later rounds and Maidana in the first fight. It looked way more like aesthetically pleasing or whatever you want to call it than what was actually happened. Like if you were to watch Cotto, I don't remember the exact round, 7 through 9, I want to say 9, 10, somewhere around there. Watch it, and then if you were to put in slow motion like the Pacquiao fans tell you, but I'm not telling you because Floyd won the fight. I'm not telling you to watch the fight in slow motion to see who really won because Floyd won. I'm saying watch so you can appreciate the art, the sweet science. Floyd be like, you know what I'm saying? He's not getting clobbered. But it kind of looks like, because you just see somebody on the fucking ropes and somebody going like this, you know what I'm saying, throwing mad punches. So it gives the impression. So Danny Garcia has to know that, you know, he has to know that. I wish I could show y'all. I used to have Mayweather Cotto on my computer. Come on, let's go. See, I'm looking at it right now. Oh, here. How'd I find it? See, look, man, look, Floyd back in the butt. See, I can't show y'all for copyright reasons. But why? That was, hold on. God damn it, hold on. That was round 9, I think it was. Floyd was right in the pocket. It just calm as fuck. But it looked like Cotto was just like he was just like getting with it. But go watch it. I'm just telling you, there was hella sequences like that where everything either missed, partially blocked, or maybe a jab got in, or maybe this one. That's just what it was, So Danny Garcia was more accurate the other night, but again, perception is like he looked hungrier. Shawn Porter looked hungrier. He looked like he was coming and like he was throwing, like, gritting and making the face. Like, all that sells. That sells your point. James Toney is raw. I'm so glad I got a picture with him this year. That's one of my favorite boxers. Why you walking up on me, dog? I don't even like you. Burger King. Oh, we having a party. We having a party. James Toney is a fool. James Toney will. This how you know James Toney is a fucking beast. Because even when he got fat and he was out of shape looking, he was still getting with it in the pocket, like, He was, oh my God. James Toney is that dude. Just in pocket. Just watch the Evander Holyfield. I feel bad for Holyfield. And Holyfield got a chin. And James Toney was just like destroying him, man. James Toney, that's lights out, man. He's so underrated. He does not get the full credit. Shout out to the Midwest. Listen, y'all got me so off track on the Vampire Stream. We supposed to be talking about AJ. We talking about all types of stuff. I hope nobody's mad. This actually did derail. We haven't even talked about the title. Let's get into the title. But bottom line, Shawn Porter, Danny Garcia, very good fight. Very, very good fight. But the fighters, when will they learn? You have to push through as champion. And I'm not saying that like I know more than them, but I'm saying from a perspective, you have to realize when Shawn Porter, you know what he's trying to do. He's gonna win the rounds because he's more active. He's throwing more. And people, I know it says effective aggression, but people look at, damn, he threw 6 punches at you. Some of that shit had to land because it's hard. See, boxing doesn't have instant replay. You know what I'm saying? So if you live scoring this shit, watching it, you might look down at your paper and like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many judges is just right here with it and don't blink? You know what I'm saying? I've been at boxing. I've been ringside, all these fights and shit. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but I've been ringside. And you don't, it's not like a sustained, I stared at a ring for 36 minutes without blinking. You get what I'm saying? So Danny should have anticipated that. And then you see, I hate using Floyd all the time, but he does a lot of things well. Floyd will switch up the looks. He'll give you a different look. Like Shawn Porter he was open for an uppercut. If you really want to be true, he was open for an uppercut. Danny Garcia, I didn't really see. Like, why? Why not try that? You're already slower than him. Try the uppercut. You know what I'm saying? You know who actually has a sneaky uppercut? Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder will fuck you up with an uppercut. And you don't expect it, but he's athletic, so he can pull it off. You know, Anthony Joshua actually has a really good uppercut, too. He almost knocked Klitschko's head to fucking Germany and Bucharest back to Ukraine. Motherfucking Klitschko's head was oh my gosh. Oh my God. There's always someone in the crowd. Easier said than done. Man, stop with these cliche ass things. Easier said than done. You're a champion. Then don't complain about it. If you're talking about some easier said than done, don't say I won the fight. You know? Easier said than done. You got to try different things. That's the whole point. I'm not saying just any stranger off the street can come from Whole Foods and get in there and, you know, be a champion. But these are the decisions you have to make if you want it. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, like for Danny Garcia, very good fighter. How you gonna figure it out with Errol Spence when he's like one of the hardest punchers in the division? He's like not gonna give you time to breathe either. He stays on top of people. So you have to let your hands go and figure it out. You know, you got to try different things if one thing is not working, or if it's working for a sustained period of time and then all of a sudden it's no longer working. You know, and some people like Canelo, I think he abandons his jab. Canelo has a really good jab, but he doesn't use it for a full 12 rounds. It's like he forgets about it. Why? You let Triple G out jab you. You could be the shorter man and still have a good jab. Jab is just about timing. You know, you don't have to. Anybody can have a jab. You could be fucking Muggsy Bogues and have a jab. Anyway, smash the like button. Damn, I'm so off track. Sorry about that, guys. But let's talk about the actual headliner. I watched IFL TV. They have an interview with Frank Warren. Oh my gosh, Frank Warren got that. He got that. Oh my gosh, he got that ether. It's bad. New media. Hey, this should be so funny to me. Hold on. We about to talk about it. I know you ain't talking about me, dog. You? What? We about to light our ashes out. New media style one time. Rockefeller died of AIDS. That was the end of his chapter. Company act with no whiskers, having roaches like rat compared to bees you whack. Oh my God. Let's talk about old fish eyes real quick. He just dropped that ether one time for the new media. Let's get it. That this AJ and Eddie Hearn wanted beef. Steady loading with this ammo, with this vote. Hold on, let's get it. All right, IFL TV did an interview, and it said Frank Warren goes in. He started blasting them. I'm gonna link it in the description. All right, everybody check the description box. There's the article. Frank Warren was going in. It's 40 minutes. I didn't even watch the very end of it, but that's the link if you guys want to see it. Frank Warren was body. I don't even know where to begin. I really don't. Like, I'm trying to think of everything. I should have took notes because he was just like, for starters, you know what the funny thing is? I'm just going to start making I told you so hats because that's the only thing I could do at this point. Because once again, now you have a person like Frank Warren, who I understand he has beef. See, people get it twisted. People get it twisted. Just because you have beef with somebody doesn't mean you are lying on them, right? A lot of people get that simple point misconstrued. They think because you have beef or you don't like somebody that automatically means that you're not telling the truth about something you say about them. That's not the truth. I mean, I come from the golden era of like hip hop, where it had hip hop beefs, right? Just because Tupac doesn't like Biggie, that doesn't mean some of the things that he's saying on wax is a lie or that is all lies. You'd be like, Biggie, remember I used to let you sleep on the couch? You know, Biggie, I never heard Biggie be like, oh, that's a lie. I never slept on Pac's couch. Like, I never heard him say that. You know, Tupac was like doing an interview and he was like, now you this mafioso, you living my life. I'm the dumb. He's like, I'm the one who went to New York, boom, 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 got shot 5 times. He's like, went to prison, did a bid, got out, started crushing. And he's like, I'm one person battling the whole camp. You know what I'm saying? And he wants to live this mafioso life. As soon as he heard my album, he started changing everything he was saying, you know? And he was talking about, he's like, I was talking about death, now he ready to die. Da-da-da-da. And he was talking about how Biggie, he used to give him opportunities. I used to let him rock shows. And the fear grew stronger than the love. And things switched and, you know, different people in his ear. But what Pac was saying is, he was like, Biggie, now he's this player. He's like, everybody's acting like he's the boss, like he's some don. I used to have to beg bitches to even fuck Biggie. That's what Pac said. He said he used to have to beg chicks to sleep with Biggie, right? Now, just because Tupac said that and he doesn't like Biggie, doesn't mean these things are untrue. Or, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. That doesn't mean he didn't fuck Faith and he's just making shit up just to get under his skin. You know, and that's what people have to realize. You know, because I've never once heard Biggie say, "Oh, Pac's lying. I never slept on his couch. He's a goddamn lie." Like, I never heard him say that. I never heard Biggie say, he's a lie. I was fucking mad bitches at the telly, and he wasn't begging. I never heard him dispute this shit. And then don't even bring up the Faith Evans part. And I'm not trying to talk down. I love Biggie. You know, I'm just being real. But he even said on the Jay-Z Brooklyn's Finest song, you know, he's like, if Faye had twins, she probably have 2 Pacs. Get it? 2 Pacs. Time to separate the real from the shoot your daughter in the calf muscle, fucking tussle. Sprinkle drugs on the, make it drug related. You know? So that doesn't mean everything Pac, because they were sworn enemies, is saying is lying. This is the classic old media practice. This is what they try to do with old media. Oh, but yeah, Fish Eyes, Frank Warren, he hates Eddie Hearn, so he's just going to say. So, like, everything he has to, no matter if it makes sense or not, it's just a lie, just because you know that the two don't get along. That's like, listen, at the end of the day, somebody, like, why does everything have to be a lie? You think that everyone's just lying? I don't buy that. I don't subscribe to it. I listen to what they were saying. I look at the facts and see if something makes sense. And what Frank Warren was saying makes a lot of sense. Now, the thing is, IFL TV, I don't know them, but from what I've seen, it looks like they do work in the UK, but they do a lot more work with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. So, you know, the comment section look kind of, it's just like a rap battle, you know, where a guy has a big crowd and the other dude could be saying some raw bars, but the other guy has a big crowd. The comment section look like they're like, "Shut up, Frank Warren. You're stupid." Like stupid shit. But I break down what's being said. And Frank Warren was gassing in that interview. He was spitting that ether. Y'all gotta listen to it. I'm trying to think of some of the things. Hold on. He was dropping knowledge. What you trying to kick knowledge?
I knew that. Everyone in the business knew it. They don't want to fight Wilder. One time before, I said, forget all this talk. He's going to announce it when we want to announce it, not when Eddie Hearn wants to announce it. The fight is on. Eddie Hearn said, we're negotiating to fight Wilder. I told you months before that it will never happen. I told you on record he'll fight Povetkin. Is that right?
Is that right? You said that in an interview.
Categorically said that a long time before. I said, forget all this talk. He's going to fight Povetkin. I knew that. Everyone in the business knew it.
Listen.
Before that, it will never happen. I told you on record he'll fight Povetkin. Is that right?
Is that right? You said that in an interview.
Categorically said that a long time before. I said, forget all this talk. He's going to fight Povetkin. I knew that. Everyone in the business knew it. They don't want to fight Wilder. End of story. Who cares what they're saying? Who cares about what he thinks about our fight? He shouldn't be worried about it. I'm actually talking. You're only asked. I'm answering and responding to your questions. It makes me think like I'm keeping on about them. You're asking me. I don't give a shit about Wilder fighting Joshua. I have no interest. All I'm interested in is my man Tyson Fury fighting, and that fight's on. The biggest fight in heavyweight boxing is on. The two guys who've got the balls to fight each other. It is on. They are fighting. In the meantime, Anthony Joshua has got a fight against Povetkin. That's where they're at. So he's in no position to talk about what we're doing. He should worry about what he's doing. He needs to sell his tickets because it's not sold out. It's not the 10-minute sellout like it normally is, because a lot of these secondary sites have been shut down now. Ticketmaster have closed down sites. They can't do that anymore. And, you know, obviously, I know they're giving tickets away. We've seen the deal. I know JD Sport. You go to JD Sport, you get 4 tickets. If you pass on a tweet and so forth, we've seen it. We know that. I know that they're asking radio stations to give tickets away. So don't worry about what we're doing. Worry about what you're doing. Worry about their show. They should be worried about our show.
Hey, Frank Warren got that ether. Oh my gosh. Hey, Frank Warren got that ether. All right, I don't know who heard what, but let's recap and go over it. First of all, I don't know if y'all picked up on this, but why your boy Frank Warren sounded like new media? I mean, he's saying literally the same things that I've said regarding this Joshua Wilder whole fiasco. For the beginning, he just told you, he said, I told you, he told the IFL reporter to his face, he said, I told you months ago that Joshua wasn't fighting Wilder. They were parading, acting like they're going to fight Wilder. I told you months ago they weren't going to fight Wilder. I told you it was going to be Povetkin. Didn't I? And then the reporter was like, yeah, you said in an interview that they're going to fight. He said, I told you categorically that Joshua was just bullshit and he wasn't going to fight Wilder and Povetkin was next. He said, I knew that. Everybody in the industry knew that. Tell me that don't sound like Ego's Army. That's why I keep saying that. This is why we been beat these busters. New media is here to stay. This is exactly what that's literally verbatim half of what I've been talking about these videos in recent memory is saying, I told you so. I told you the Wilder fight wasn't going to happen. I told you that the Povetkin fight was going to happen. And now Frank Warren's saying the same thing. He's saying everybody in the business with some common sense knew that the Joshua Wilder fight wasn't going to happen on behalf of them. He also talks about in this interview, he said Barry Hearn said it out his own mouth. What are we really discussing at this point when the founder of Matchroom says, I don't give a fuck if they ever fight, basically. He said Joshua can make a lot of money. We can go 10 years without fighting that guy. And I'm good with that. And smiled in your face. Frank Warren said in this interview, he says he's an accountant. That means he's good with numbers. He says, so he's looking at it like a business proposition, a business like risk to reward ratios. And okay, if we have Joshua and he's this A-level, A-side, and women like him, and we could sell out 70 to 90,000 this time, and then this go round, we could bump that up to 101. He's thinking numbers like an accountant would think. You ever seen that movie with Ben Affleck, The Accountant? That's a really good movie. It's like actually a sleeper movie. Like I went in the theater not even expecting much, but it was actually really good. But yeah, that's what an accountant does. Good with numbers and looking at numbers and looking at things from a fiscal, like what's the reward versus risk type of mentality. Right? Listen, I'm gonna put this dude in the hot seat. I'm not playing no games. Y'all gonna waste my time. I'm gonna waste you in this hot seat. He says Fish Eyes is a big hater, LOL, but he was right about AJ Povetkin. So how is he a big hater if you just agree with what he said? What are you talking about? That goes to, what's his name? MD Boxing. You're in the hot seat. How is he a hater if you agree with what he just said? You're in the hot seat. Let's go. We're not playing these games with y'all, man. That goes to me. Strike one. What else you got? How are you going to call the man a hater, but then you just say you agree? So what is he hating on? This is what you guys do to me all the time. You say I'm hating, but then I'm asking you what you disagree with and show proof if it is something, and then you don't do it. So strike one. How is he a hater if you just agree with what he just said? Yeah, I weren't talking about those specific comments. I weren't playing with you either. What is that? What? Okay. Strike two. I'm going to try to give you another. How are you calling the man a hater, but then you agree with what he said? So what? So you're talking about, I'm talking about what he just said in a recent interview. You're telling me you're calling him a hater on today's video about this topic based on something he said in the past, and you still won't tell us what it is. How you giving me a strike when you said that goes to, and I highlighted you were talking to me? Because it's a waste of a response. You know who I'm talking to. I called your name out specifically. That's why. That should be a strike 3. It's because you're leaving a comment. We know you're in the hot seat, and you said, "Hey, that's mine. I'm in the hot seat." We know. I just said your name. Give me a chance. I'm at work. Strike 3. All right, bro. Your next comment has to explain what he hated on. I'm not waiting all day. You sound like a troll. You have one more opportunity. You hadn't called my name when I sent it. All right, you're gone. Shooter, get rid of MD Boxing. We're not playing this game. Show must go on. The Vampire Stream. Thank you for playing. Listen, do you see how these dudes can afford to leave 8 comments? 8 different comments, but none of them can answer my question? New media shit. And it's not just about, oh, I'm blocking someone. Explain yourself. All you have to do is explain, which you called the man a hater, so the world is awaiting. We want to see what he hated about. And then he went through a slew of different responses, and in not one of them did he explain his initial comment of calling Frank Warren a hater. So I'm going to continue. Anyway, this is what they hear. They're only here to cause distractions. They want to derail me, and then we get caught in this whirlwind and sidetracked. That's what they're trying to do, you know? But that was easy work. Caught me a cool little body. Frank Warren, what he was saying speaks volumes. How is the founder an accountant who deals with numbers, and he's telling you, I don't want to fight for 2 years, and yet and still you still have these people on trying to make videos or write articles like, think on the bright side. It's funny how this shit goes, you know? It's funny how like people have selective feelings. Like, for example, here, they're optimistic when they want to be and pessimistic when they want to be. So, for example, Barry Hearn does an interview that exposes the whole operation and proves that Joshua Sy didn't want to fight for 2 years. Then you want to be all of a sudden pessimistic. Oh, he has nothing to do with the business. He didn't mean it like that. But then Wilder Fury say they're going to fight. They haven't backed off of that. And because it's taken too long for you, which Frank Warren addresses in this interview, because it's taken too long for your liking, then you're all of a sudden, or you're actually, I said it backwards. When Barry Hearn says some incriminating shit, all of a sudden you're optimistic. You're optimistic, like, oh, he didn't mean it like that. Hey, I don't think he has anything to do with the business anymore. You're optimistic, you know. You the glass is half full. And then when it comes to Wilder Fury, because you know that also makes you look dumb because you said the fight wouldn't happen. Now all of a sudden you're a pessimist. You're like, what's taking so long? Dayton venue, please. I need the Dayton venue. We see the games they're playing. But yeah, I mean, one of the things is this. Hearn is half killing my vibe with them excuses for AJ. Exactly. The world sees it. And that's my guy from the UK. Shout out to him. Shout out to Terrence. He's from the UK. I mean, the world sees it. We know what it is. But, I mean, how can you justify it when the founder of Matchroom is saying this? Now, what Frank Warren said in this interview, he brought up a really, really interesting point that I hadn't even thought about. Do y'all want to hear it? Because I don't know. I got a good point. If y'all want to hear it, can I get a hell yeah? I'm gonna break it down for you what he said, because I know some of y'all haven't got with it. Hey, block Earn with Hearn. We blocked him earlier in the last live stream, and now he's back. It says Earn. That's why it says Earn with Hearn 3. Block him. This is his 3rd account. I keep blocking this. I'm not doing it. My shooters are doing it. Block Earn with Hearn. You a fucking rat, and you're not talking about nothing. You just keep saying everyone's lying. All right. Frank Warren brought up something. He said Barry Hearn, Mr. Accountant, Matchroom founder, right? He said Barry Hearn was managing the career of Chris Eubank Sr. And he brought up a very good point. Very interesting analogy. He says, so he says he's assessing the financial risk, how much money this guy can make, right? And he says Barry Hearn was in charge of Chris Eubank Sr.'s career at the time, right? And he says, notice how Chris Eubank Sr. always had domestic fights. Always. There are always like British fights and shit. Like he always fought in the UK. He always fought in Great Britain. He wasn't fighting in different regions. Like he didn't fight America's best. He said he had some classic, you know, like Michael Watson and Nigel Benn, of course, everyone remembers that fight. But he had some domestic like classics. But he says he didn't fight his contemporaries. Michael Nuns and guys like that. Roy Jones Jr. And he said that's because Barry Hearn protected him. So Barry Hearn is lying too? I don't get your question. Dale, what are you talking about? No, he said Barry, it's very simple. He said Barry Hearn was managing Chris Eubank Sr.'s career, who had some great contemporary British fighters that he fought. Like Nigel Benn, obviously, is probably the biggest one, you know. But he said, why didn't he fight other guys like Michael Nunn? He didn't say Roy Jones, but I'm saying Roy Jones. Why didn't Chris Eubank fight Roy Jones? Roy Jones had been, I think he turned pro in like 88. And he was relevant from 88 all the way to like the early 2000s. How come he never fought Roy Jones? And he says it's because Barry Hearn, he didn't want to put him in there with that type of threat. He didn't want the cash cow of the time in there with that type of danger. You know, he said there was one point where they had a mostly UK tour, and I think they went to South Africa, and then Chris Eubank was supposed to fight 8 to 10 times against average ass guys. So he's saying basically Eddie Hearn is like grandfathered into this. This has been the Matchroom kind of game plan, you know, to like when they have a real big earner, cash cow, to, you know, put them on a victory lap type of schedule in a lot of senses, you know. And that's true, because Chris Eubank, I always wondered why Chris Eubank didn't fight certain guys like Roy Jones. I mean, imagine that. He was cocky. Roy Jones was cocky. I remember I loved when Chris Eubank knocked someone out and he was just like, he was chilling like this or some shit. That would have been a great fight, but he never fought him. And he said that was Barry Hearn, that was his fighter. And he said they're doing the same thing with Joshua. They don't want to risk it. Why risk it? Exactly what I've been saying. Like I said, shout out to Frank Warren. He's new media. He's definitely new media because he's spitting the same facts, you know. And it's not just about spitting the same facts. It actually leads you somewhere. Ego, you spoke about Barry Hearn saying that they didn't want Joshua to fight Wilder. That was my question referring to that troll. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Why did Barry Hearn say that when he was fishing? Then, okay, the other part, he said, I just let you listen to it. He says, how come they haven't sold out this event yet? He said, I thought they were selling out in 10 minutes. He said, Ticketmaster, they put a block. I think there was like an ordinance or some shit, a rule that passed over there that the secondary market you can't just buy tickets and then scalp them at a higher price to people. Like some kind of ordinance got passed. You'll get in real big fines and trouble or some shit if they find out you're doing that. So now all of a sudden, Joshua was able to sell out Eric Molina 20,000 seats in 5 minutes, and he was selling all these Dominic Brazils and all these fights and Takam and Pulev in 10 minutes. And now all of a sudden, you have a Povetkin fight, and it's not selling in 5-10 minutes. You know, Klitschko, we understand why that fight sold pretty quick. You know, I'm not gonna say I don't know what they were doing, but you know, that's that. There was an anticipated fight, so I'll give him credit for that. But how is it that he's able to fight Kubrat Pulev in Cardiff, Wales, and it was like, oh, 70,000 tickets sold in the first 5 minutes, first day, and all this shit. Now all of a sudden you fighting Povetkin and you giving away tickets, according to Frank Warren. Frank Warren says they have little things. You buy 3-4 tickets and send out a tweet, and they'll give you an extra ticket in little things. They have like a UK based. It's called Voucher. It's kind of like Groupon. They got tickets on there, little package deals and shit. He said they're doing little radio show contests. So once again, this is a terrible look, because why does Joshua need that type of assistance? You know, he's Mr. A-side. See, what they did is they pushed this whole A-side thing to an extremity that they can't match. And then on top of that, they rubbed a lot of people wrong in how the Wilder fight played out. So AJ was a star. He is a star. He's the A-side. People were content just giving him that and just bowing down and be like, okay, he's the A-side. But the way they made it was like he's the Thanos of A-side. Like, he just, nobody's even deserves a fight with him. We got to overpay guys seven times their actual true worth, and all these guys are bums compared to A. That's what they made it sound like. Like nobody was like Thanos with all the Infinity Stones or some shit. And then they try to make Wilder sound, look, I'm in his neck of the woods, New York, which isn't his neck of the woods if you know anything about the states. I've been to New York several times. I ain't never been to Alabama. Never. So if you think that because you're from Alabama, you the man in New York, you don't know shit about the United States. Period. That's not how it works at all. You know, like I said, I've never been to Alabama in my life, but I've been to New York several times. So it's not just because this is one big place, you know. But anyway, he tried to embarrass Wilder and make him look like he was this B-side bitch and nobody knew him and all this stuff. So it's totally backfired, because all that A-side and like stunting and over showboating, and then it's like the person who showboats in a fight and then gets caught and dropped. You did all this to make Wilder look bad. Now his profile is building. Joshua admitted it on the conference call. He admitted it. So what happened? I thought nobody knows Joshua. Now you giving him props for building his profile by mentioning your name. He said he was going to smoke you out, and he did that. And now you're giving him props for it. Like, okay, he came a long way. People know about him now, which is a lie, because we know people knew about him before. Who has there been to be excited by? Wilder is it. UK is loaded with potential heavyweight. What are you talking about? I don't know what Anthony Willis is talking about. You're not making any sense. Bottom line, people were hyped for Joshua Wilder. So everything you just typed was irrelevant. That was the fight that was breathing life, new life into the modern age of heavyweight division. That was the biggest fight. That's the fight we want to see. Joshua didn't take it. So you don't know what you're talking about. You might as well just stop writing them all them paragraphs, because everything you just said was deaded with that one statement. You're talking about Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, and Holyfield. Them guys are great. But that was the fight that was going to get the buzz going for the heavyweight division, and they didn't happen. Point blank, period. And listen, UK has some good fighters, but until we see them fight competition outside of UK, world level people, guys from, well, there's not, if we're talking about heavyweights, there's not too many heavyweights from Mexico, but you know, if they're in like different weight classes, fight the best guys from Mexico, fight the best guys from America, fight the best guys from Ukraine, fight the best, you know, until we see them reach out and stretch out, then it doesn't matter. There's still going to be prospects, you know, like Daniel Dubois, all these dudes, they're great. Anthony Yard, I mean, he's a good fighter, but until we see him fight Adonis or Vodstick or Beterbiev or Dmitry Bivol, you know, I mean, it doesn't even have to be them straight away, but somebody. He hasn't even fought a Kovalev yet, coming off of losses. Badu Jack, you know what I'm saying? So we don't really know. So we'll just leave that there. There's a lot of good fighters, but until they fight world level I mean, like, y'all, the UK be funny as fuck because y'all be acting surprised when people that everybody in America knew probably would get beat sooner or later get beat. Like Sam Eggington. He just got beat, and I read the headlines of the UK fucking websites. Massive upset. Massive Eggington egged on, massive commiserate. What's so massive about that? Sam Eggington, because he beat Paulie Malignaggi when he was half commentator, half Conor McGregor sparring partner. You know, what? What did Sam Eggington ever do? You know, to the point where motherfuckers talking about massive and the massive upset. Sam Eggington is massive. Oh, commiserate. What? Where's the like, bitch? Where? Bitch, where? Where is this massive? I'm not seeing it. You act like Errol Spence got stopped by whoever the fuck stopped Sam Eggington. Like Terrence Crawford or some shit. I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, that's no shade to Sam Eggington. I'm just talking about he was about to fight Brandon Rios, who's coming off of a loss. And y'all motherfuckers leaving headline, massive risk, massive. It ain't no massive shit. The fuck massive about that? What? It's like Conor McGregor got beat he got choked out by Nate Diaz. That's a massive upset because Nate Diaz on late notice and it's Conor. You know what I'm saying? But Sam Eggington, his name just sound like he gonna lose. Talking about some massive commiserate. What? Who? That ain't no massive upset to me. I'm sorry. It ain't. They're talking about some massive upset. Woodley needs his just due. Darren Till was big as fuck and got submitted. And he was doing all this and shit. Massive. Yeah, and was talking cash shit to Tyron. Damian Maya, Wonder Boy, in my opinion, he beat Wonder Boy twice. I know they said the first one was a draw, but I thought he beat him. Damian Maya. Who's the other cat? I know Darren Till. I think he fought someone else that I'm thinking of too. Yeah, Woodley looked good in that fight. He got smoked too. But anyway, yeah, back to this Joshua shit, man. Frank Warren, your boy Frank Warren dropped that. Yeah, I already said Wonder Boy Thompson. Robbie. Yeah, I think Robbie was I think there was someone else I was thinking of too, but yeah, Robbie, that was a good win. Lawler. Yeah, man, just the thing with the Joshua shit, it's the walls are closing in, like I've been telling y'all. Frank Warren's, he's sounding just like new media. See, the other channels and writers and all this stuff, that it's like they're trying to be different. It's like they're trying to go out of their way to say, like, they listen to my shit and like, okay, that's what he's saying. Okay, that's his point. And then they run into the lab and try to say the exact opposite. Good luck with that. You know, because I'm not saying I'm always right, but good luck with that. Because it's like you're trying to just go against the grain, and then they be coming up with dumbass. I mean, Barry Hearn, he was off a fifth of Henny. Dare him to drive. That's why he said that. Like, really? That's what it's come to? You're going to lie and say Barry Hearn was drunk fishing? Yeah, I mean, he was clearly drunk, inebriated. That's why he said Joshua should wait 2 years. Like, you guys are this desperate. It's funny. I'm loving it. Like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's always some excuse. Now, here's another thing. I got to be honest, keep it a buck. In this Frank Warren interview with IFL TV, this is what I noticed with a lot of people. The interviewer's talking to Frank Warren, and he's like constantly, because I know he's cool with Eddie Hearn, right? IFL, I know they work cool and chum it up with Eddie Hearn and all that. Fraternize, whatever you want to call it. And he keeps talking to Frank Warren. Frank Warren, he's like, oh, Wilder Fury, it's gonna happen. And Frank Warren kept saying it's gonna happen, won't, won't, won't. And then this is what I've noticed with people. It's not just the IFL reporter, but just in general. I notice people, they keep the people who are like the Eddie Hearn and Joshua protectors, they keep referencing Wilder Fury, looking at their clock. Oh, what's taking so long? Acting and trying to create panic, evoke panic, and almost come across as if they doubt the fight will happen, right? To score brownie points with the AJ protectors or whatever. Oh, he said 3 weeks ago. He said August 13th after the Tyson Fury fight or whatever it was, after Francisco Pineda was taking so long. They're acting like it's this major rush to get a November fight or whenever it's December, whenever they're trying to do it, announced, you know? But this is what they're trying to do. I'm telling you, I've studied the game. I know all their tricks. What they're trying to do is hedge their bets. They want to throw that bait out there for the Eddie Hearn apologists and the AJ protectors. And they want to throw that bait out there that they're casting doubt. But they don't want to stand on it, and they don't want to commit to it because they know that from all parties involving the fight, they keep saying the fight's gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? So notice with new media, I can take a stance and stand on it. I don't have to change every week. I don't have to re-explain whatever. It's literally been regarding certain issues, most issues, the same exact points over and over and over again with more ammunition. If anything, I'm adding on to what I've already said, but I'm not subtracting what I've said. That's the big difference with Ego's Army and new media. We can say something and stand on it. You know, I'm not hedging my bet. I said, like, just the same thing with Canelo. I say, I think Canelo beats Triple G. Motherfucker, I'm going to be right or I'm going to be wrong. I'm picking Canelo, maybe like majority decision, right? I could see it being a fight of halves, but I'm rocking with Canelo. I've always maintained that. But this is what they will do. They do stuff like this, and definitely with this Joshua Wilder situation. But people, they don't want to stand on nothing. You know, it's like they're like flubber, like real. They're pliable. You know, they'll say, I mean, Canelo can win a decision, but I mean, Golovkin might knock him out. Motherfucker, you just predicted both fighters to win. How is that a fight prediction? You know what I'm saying? How is that really a fight prediction when you just hedge your bet and then pick both guys to win? Like, no shit. Okay, if it's a 50-50 fight and then you pick both of them, then it's like no matter what, you're going to be right because there's a strong possibility if this guy doesn't win, then maybe this happens. Do you get what I'm saying? This is what they're doing with Wilder Fury. They're casting doubt and shadows like the fight is not going to happen. Oh, I don't know. What's taking so long? What's taking so long? He said 3 weeks ago. The clock is ticking. What's taking so long? No date, no venue booked. What? Tyson Fury doesn't have his license for New York or Las Vegas. What's taking so long? Right? Doing what Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports is doing. But then you ask the same people, and Frank Warren said, do you think this fight's not going to happen? Do you think it's not going to happen? And then the IFL guy, he was like, yeah, no, I think it's going to happen. He's like, have you talked to Tyson Fury? Oh, yeah. Tyson Fury, he said it's going to happen. Oh, I believe you. But he's like, so what's the deal? What's the rush? I'm just speaking for the people. They want to book their rooms. They want to book the people can fucking wait. Y'all don't need to know that bad. And that's what Frank Warren said. He a new media gangster. He talking just like new media. Shout out to South Africa. I see y'all. I love y'all. Frank Warren talking just like new media. He's like, chill. He said, I don't care what Eddie Hearn's talking about. He said, has Wilder said, no, it's not going to happen? Has Fury said it's not going to happen? Have I said it's not going to happen? Has Shelly Finkel said, no, which is exactly what I said. Unless I hear it from them, Steven Espinoza, or one of the people who will collect money from this event, then why am I going to be so doubtful that it's going to happen? You know? So it's more propaganda. More propaganda. And that's what he's saying. And the IFL, he kind of checked the IFL reporter in that sense, because he's like, so do you think it's not going to happen? You don't think Fury Wilder's going to happen? I told you already, it's going to happen this year. There's certain things we're ironing out, certain logistics. We're trying to make this a big event. We got to pick the right venue, and we got to sew up everything. You know, they're probably looking at the undercard, looking at the logistics, see who's this, what. You know, so they're not at the point where they were able to announce it a week after Tyson Fury's last fight. And, you know, he said, just wait. He said, we're going to announce it when we do the press conference, and we're going to announce it when the time, when the time is right for all of us. You know, we're not going to do it on somebody else's watch. And that's fair. I think it's perfectly fair. But this is my point with old media. The Eddie Hearn and AJ protectors. They keep trying to cast doubt, like they don't believe Fury Wilder is going to happen this year. I don't know. I have to see it to believe it. Tyson Fury, what if he gets injured, or what if he doesn't walk out, or you know Tyson Fury, he's not really reliable, bro. He needs more tune-up. And they're acting like they doubt it, but then they won't commit to that. So what are you casting doubt for if you think the fight's gonna happen? What is the point of your video? Do you get what I'm saying? Like they'll do a video talking about, what's taking so long? It's been 3-4 weeks. Well, why hasn't it been announced? Hey, do you think the fight's gonna happen? Oh yeah, I think it's gonna happen. Then what the fuck is this video for? Do you guys get what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Either you think it's gonna happen this year or you don't. Whatever, pick a side and bang that. You know, these motherfuckers, they so wishy-washy because they taking so many L's. They want to be Crips and Bloods. They want to wear blue. And they want to get it bracking. You know, they want to be Crips and Bloods. That's how petrified new media has gotten them. They don't want to be wrong, so they're not going to commit. They know there's a strong chance that Wilder Fury happens this year. So that's why they're casting the doubt, hoping that it doesn't happen, but then they won't commit. They won't commit to saying, you know what, motherfucker, this shit ain't happening this year. Fuck this fight. Because they know that's your ass, Mr. Postman. If you do it after you've been wrong 18 fucking times regarding Wilder, Joshua, and all this stuff, they know if they get another thing wrong, it's going to be real. You're going to have to face the music. And people are like, damn, you always wrong. You don't know shit. So that's why they don't want to commit. I see all the games. But notice on this side, we don't have to switch. We don't have to change side. I'm on the same talking points with new add-on talking points. The same shit. Like Sky Sports. What's the point of writing an article? I don't even know how to pronounce that name, but shout out to you. I don't know where you're from, Russia, but shout out to you. I appreciate you for the subscription. Yeah, it's just like, what's this? Sky Sports? Oh, guess what? Tyson Fury hasn't applied for his license in the state of New York or Vegas. So, Sky Sports, do you think the fight is going to happen? Yes or no? Because if you think the fight's going to happen this year as promised, then who cares about this article? What's the point? You know, you're not really reporting anything. You're reporting something that may be truthful, but it's truthful now. And Frank Warren addressed that. He said, I don't care what all these people are saying, because he said all these people work with Eddie Hearn closely, you know, Sky Sports and all that. He said, so I don't really care about it. But he said, this is not how boxing works. He says, guess what? Up until recently, Povetkin didn't have his license to box in the UK. He said Billy Joe's fighting Demetrius Andrade. He don't have his license in Boston. So he's like, a lot of that shit is taken care of fight week. Shout out to D, man. Man, my shooters be holding it down. See, D knows exactly what I'm talking about. He said facts. They reporting on nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like I'm not perfect, but when I get on the mic and I hit that record button, it's to mean something. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, I actually have I have something I want to talk about. I have something that I want to reveal to the public or report on. You know, these dudes don't want to commit. They want to say. It's just weird. Like, I'm trying to think of an example that just to give you guys a different thing to look at. Okay, let's say there was a guy and he was real clean cut, in shape, and you keep acting like you think the guy is gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think he's a homosexual male. And you're like, oh, I don't know about Chadwick. I mean, I don't know if he goes both ways, what he likes. I mean, have you seen Chadwick? Look at his pants. Look how tight they are. I mean, Chadwick. And then someone's like, yo, I see him with girls eating lunch, pretty fine girls, and on dates and stuff. You really think he's gay? I mean, I'm not saying he's gay. I don't think he's gay. I don't think he's gay. I know he be fucking bitches. I don't think he's gay. So no, I mean, I know he pulls bad ones. Then what the fuck are you talking about? Do you get what I'm saying? It's like some Gossip Girl shit. Like I don't get it. I don't get, like I said, when I hit record, it's to mean something. You know, either you're speculating and you think the dude's really gay, or you don't. You know what I'm saying? They want to be these in-betweeners. That's what I'm going to call them. These in-betweener wieners. Pause. These motherfuckers is in-betweeners. I mean, Fury Wilder. What's taking so long for this fight? Frank Warren said it was going to be announced already. I can't. No date, no venue. Do you think the fucking fight's gonna happen? Yes. Then shut the fuck up. Well, I mean, what's this? What is so hard to grab? But you are committing and you believe the fight's gonna happen. Then what is the point of the video? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna do a whole ass 8-minute video? You're not really reporting on anything, and then it's just insane. Like, I remember back when Mayweather Pacquiao. This is a true story. Back when Mayweather Pacquiao. When it didn't look like the fight was ever going to happen for 5-6 years, there was like a channel, and it just always said negative shit about Floyd. Always like, oh, Floyd, man, he ain't gonna fight Pacquiao, blah blah blah. And they would always like comment about Floyd, and Floyd won't fight Pacquiao. And then when the fight was announced, they did a fight prediction video, and after years of saying Floyd was scared and chicken, and he was hiding behind a drug test and fight Pacquiao anyway, when the fight was finally announced, do you understand this channel actually picked Floyd? I'm like, wait. Maybe I heard this prediction wrong. So after 5 years of fucking doing this and saying Floyd ain't this and that, and he was ducking and he was scared and he didn't want to fight Pacquiao, you did all that and you were picking him, and the channel even said it. It was like, yeah, I've been picking Floyd. I think Floyd all along would have beat him. What the fuck are we talking about, people? You did all this for 5 years, but then when it came down to it, when you had to pull the trigger and make that commitment, you were picking Floyd this whole time. But then you were saying he was scared. I can't understand stuff like that. The way you were bad-mouthing him, I'm thinking you hate Floyd. I'm thinking you don't think he has what it takes to beat Pacquiao. You did all of that just to pick Floyd. That's what they're doing with this Wilder and Fury situation. They keep speculating and throwing it out there, in hopes that they're right. And see, I was skeptical, but you're not. You'll never be right, because either way, you're hedging your bet. You're not committing to one thing. Do you get what I'm saying? You're not committed. You're not saying, oh, boom, the fight's not gonna happen. I bet it won't happen this year. You're saying, oh, I think see. A lot of these boys ain't gonna last on YouTube. I'm just telling you, because they don't have no balls. They won't commit to. They say a bunch of bullshit. Like let's say Wilder and Dillian White. They'll make 1,000 videos talking about Wilder ducking Dillian White, and then if that fight is announced, and then the fans are like, do a prediction video, then they'll pick Dillian White to lose. What? You said Wilder was ducking him. He didn't want to fight him, wanted no smoke, and then you do a fight prediction, and you're picking Wilder to knock out Dillian White. Then you wasn't talking about nothing to me, as far as I'm concerned. Where I'm from, you wasn't talking about shit. If you try to make it like Wilder was scared and ducking, and then the fight gets announced, and all of a sudden you back off the blocks and you talking about Dillian White, he's going to have his hands full, and I do think Dillian White's going to get knocked out, then what are we talking about, you know? But this is what they do, you know? This is how a lot of the guys move. See, I don't move like that. I tell you how I feel based on what I see. Period. But yeah, man, these dudes don't want to stand on nothing. That's what's the problem. That's why those channels and old media are dead. I mean, I'm seeing like great growth and enjoying it, and you know, people at fights are showing love. I'm just enjoying what we do over here. But yeah, man, these dudes, you're not gonna coexist anymore. Like you can think you are, but all that cooning and all this radical shit, and then when it boils down to it, you picking like we picking. That I'm telling you, I guarantee there's 1 million Joshua protectors, and if the fight got announced for April, you will see their true colors. If they had to put some money on it, they'll pick Deontay Wilder. Not all of them, but it just goes to show you a lot of these dudes don't stand on nothing. They're not willing to ride with what they say. They want to say it, but they don't want to live it out, or they wouldn't put no money to it. You know, Dillian White, he'll knock out the old man Luis Ortiz. All right, push for the fight. In fact, that brings me to my next point. So Luis Ortiz is free. Dillian White just did an interview and just said that Derek Chisora don't want to rematch him in December. So guess what? That's perfect. Joshua's booked up with Povetkin. Povetkin's booked up. Dillian White was supposed to fight Kubrat Pulev, but he pulled out of the fight when they lost the purse bid. And then Gerald Miller was supposed to fight him, and then he, being with Matchroom and Hearn, also pulled out of the purse bid. Now he's fighting Thomas Adamak. Gerald Miller's booked up in October, so that leaves Dillian White without a dance partner. Great. Let's see Dillian White versus Luis Ortiz. The winner of that fight, without a doubt, deserves a title shot. Period. I don't care about the Dominic Breazeale fight. Fight Luis Ortiz. He's ranked with the WBC. You know, I mean, let Joshua tell it. He says he wants to fight Wilder in April. He says he's confident he'll beat Povetkin and wants to fight Wilder in April. So that is going to leave Dillian White out. So he could fight Luis Ortiz in December, and then he could fight Dominic Breazeale on the Wilder Joshua card, and then hopefully the winner fights another time next year, and then the winner could fight that winner. So I'm glad Derek Chisora don't want to fight him if what Dillian White's saying is true, because I don't really care for that rematch at this point. So Luis Ortiz should be the next order of business. Fuck that. Luis Ortiz is the most meaningful fight for Dillian White right now. All right. Anthony Willis says, look, boxers want to fight who draws the most money. Should we block him? I have no patience for these fake-ass boxing fans. They're not real fans to me. The first thing out your mouth, and your other comments were stupid too. And the first thing you talking about is boxers want money. I want money. Give me $1 million fucking dollars. I don't give a fuck what they want. Y'all getting out of hand as fans because you have to understand. Hey, James Souza, just block him. Listen, just block that dude. His name is Anthony Willis. Only Willis I fuck with is Bruce and Steve Willis, the ref from the Danny Garcia Shawn Porter fight. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm done with these fans talking about some money shit. Give me money. I need money. I need a meal. Give me a fucking meal. Again, listen. I cover fights. I'm a YouTuber. If somebody gives me a chunk of change like that, $1 million, then guess what? I'm gonna try to be the best fucking YouTuber I could be. You know, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I'm not gonna get paid $1 million and then get lazier. And then not try to come up with more stuff and creative stuff and push the envelope. That's just how I'm built. That's how I'm cut. You know? So I'm sick of hearing these fans talk like stockholders and shit like that. Businessmen. Oh, listen, man. Fighters want the most money. We all want money. I mean, who couldn't deal with another $1 million in their account? Or $1 million. I know most of them motherfuckers don't have no $1 million in the bank right now. Just sitting there. So what are we really talking about? You know, see, we got to bring it back. New media, y'all should be happy. Because new media, I told you there will be justice out this motherfucker. Because at the end of the day, we are the fans. We are the people who create not necessarily the fights, but we kind of do because we push for them. But we create the necessity. If there would be no big events if fans went on strike and said, fuck it. But they've been using that against boxing because boxing fans, it's a niche community and we're loyal. Your glasses are crooked. I don't give a shit. I'm spitting facts. I don't care about no glasses right now. Well, anyway, there would be no big events. Canelo, Triple G, none of this shit would be big. Floyd's fight, none of it would be big if the the fight fans didn't support it. So the sooner they realize that, the sooner, the better the sport will be. Period. That's just straight up. But for so long, promoters have been able to feed us whatever they want, whenever they want. To the point where they get used to it and they're like, yeah, we motherfucker, let it marinate, bitch. You get Wilder, Joshua when your punk ass get it. But we the fans. We the fans. So how's that work? We the ones that pay into this company. We pay into listen. Pop quiz, hot shot. How can DAZN be successful if no one buys it? If fans stand their ground and say, you know what? Until I get the fights I want on DAZN, I'm not having it. They can't. So obviously you have to supply us with what we want, or otherwise it's gonna flop. It's just like a artist whose album is not good. You put out some trash music and it's not your best body of work, then word's going to get around like, man, that new so-and-so album is not all that, and the word's going to get around and less people are going to buy it. Just like the movie Get Out. It works both ways. The movie Get Out, here's a little fun fact. I don't have the actual stats with me. Jordan Peele or whatever his name is, directed the movie Get Out. Very small, mediocre style budget, but it became a cult classic instantly, right? The reason I heard about Get Out, because it wasn't really something that was highly advertised. I don't think it had great promotion behind it until it came out and people were like, oh wow, that was a trip. That movie was. That's how I started hearing about it, because my friends were like, man, Get Out, and they were posting pictures like looking shocked and shit, and that was going to movies, standing by the posters and shit. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then people would tell me, and they're like, go see that. That movie's trippy, blah, blah, blah. Right? And then that movie went on to gross far more than it cost to make, because there were no like crazy special effects or anything in it, you know, that cost a lot of money. Like, it wasn't like a Transformers movie or some shit. Right? So it works both ways. That word of mouth gets around quick, you know. People seen the movie Get Out, liked it, liked the concept. Boom, you know, cult classic. And then it did very well. Black Panther, another movie that obviously had better promotion behind it, but people liked it. Word got out, and then more people seen it, and that's it. You know, I mean, the rest is history. So everything starts with the fans, and we got to bring boxing back to that point. You know, how am I gonna get views if no one watches my videos? If nobody cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect, I'm just being real. I like Jesse Vargas, but why nobody in YouTube? Why nobody in YouTube? I have never seen a video on my homepage in the last 2-3 weeks talking about no damn Jesse Vargas, Thomas Delorme. You know, where are all the Eddie Hearn apologists and supporters? Why are they talking about Joshua Wilder? That fight's not happening this year. Why talk about Jesse Vargas and Thomas Delorme? Why are they not talking about that fight? You love Eddie Hearn so much, you want to see him do well. And that fight needs all the promotion it can get, because it's competing with Conor McGregor's comeback fight after over a year. Right? And he had that bus attack and he's getting sued. So, you know, that's just extra publicity. You know, people are going to check for it. Why are they not making videos about that? You know, they love Eddie Hearn, everything he says. Why are they not making videos about Jesse Vargas and helping that? That's the main event, y'all. Like, that's the headliner. Jesse Vargas, Thomas Delorme. That's the headliner. I don't see nobody make a video, because you know what? They understand they ain't going to get no traction from that, because it's not a big fight. So once again, we run this. We control the pieces on the chessboard. Without the fans, it doesn't. You have to have the fans behind you. And see, at least my fan, I can't speak on everyone, but I know Ego's Army, I'm going to lead y'all in the right direction. We're realistic. You know, if someone has a tough fight, that's cool. Take a tune-up or soft touch next. That's cool. But then, you know, we're gonna expect you to jump back on that rodeo horse, that bull, and get back in the mix. You don't have to fight. Like, even Shawn Porter, I don't think he has to fight Errol Spence next. Do I want to see him fight Errol Spence? Yeah, of course. You know, but I don't think he has to fight him absolutely next. But it should come, because I want to see that unification. You know what I mean? We realistic over here. I'm a Wilder, keeping it real. Truth hurts. What are you talking? Hold on, I might have to body somebody, because y'all going crazy in the comment section. America's racist. That's why Wilder's thug image will never be huge. Household name. Facts. I don't even know what you're talking about. Thug image. And that's a lie, because Tupac is like one of the highest grossing diamond recording artists, and he had thug life. So what are you talking about? You talking about a thug image won't sell? What about NWA? Why did they make Straight Outta Compton, and that was a popular movie? What are you talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. Wilder having a thug image. Them motherfuckers be feeling themselves. He's like, I speak the true facts. So what? What are you talking about? Notorious Thugs. That's classic. Straight up, we no angel dust, label us notorious, thug and that love to bust, y'all niggas be gambling, scrambling, mandolins and violins, try not to sin. Just say your boy is soft. Hey, this comment section litty. Y'all going in. Yeah, man. Frank Warren was going ham. Hold on, man. He was dropping. Almost thought you would come with the ether. Frank Warren was coming with that fire.
Our show's a proper fight, and it's on. And you listen. The two fighters are not saying it's on, are they? They're saying it's on. The two guys that matter are saying the fight's on, and it is on.
He sounds just like me. He said the two fighters, the guys that matter, are saying it's on.
When do you expect that we'll actually get that kind of confirmation next week, Frank?
Well, it's going on before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And we'll be announcing when we're doing our press conferences. When we want to announce it. I'm not to anybody else's agenda, to our agenda. When it suits us to do it at the most proper and convenient time. We've just come out of the holiday period, haven't we?
No, but a couple of weeks ago you said that it would possibly within 10 days.
You're asking me the same question. I told you. I just gave the answer a few questions ago.
Yeah, no, okay.
What are you worried about? What, do you think it's not on?
No, I believe it
Tell
firmly
me,
is on.
do you think it's on?
No, I believe that this fight
So what does it matter about when we're going to have a press conference?
Hey, Frank Warren almost thought you would come with the ether. Hey, Frank Warren says, do you think it's not you don't think this fight's going to be on, huh? Hey, Frank Warren, he be buffing dudes. Like, he did that he said that like a G. Hold on.
Questions ago.
Yeah, no, okay.
What are you worried about? I'm not to anybody else's agenda, to our agenda. When it suits us to do it at the most proper and convenient time. We've just come out of the holiday period, haven't we?
No, but a couple of weeks ago you said that it would possibly within 10 days.
You're asking me the same question, and I told you. I just gave the answer a few questions ago.
Yeah, no, okay.
What are you worried about? What, do you think it's not on?
No, I believe it firmly
Tell me,
is on.
do you think it's on?
No, I believe that this fight
So what does it matter about when we're going to have a press conference?
People are impatient. They want to kind of...
Impatient for what? It's on. The fighters have said it's on. I'm saying it's on. Shelley Finkel's saying it on.
I want to book my flights, Frank, yeah.
Well, I want to book my flights. I mean, we all want to book our flights. But the venue and the venue that's being negotiated, it's been waited to confirm it can be there. It's got to go where the best place is. This is a mega fight, and it's got to go to the place where it generates the most income. And that's the position. It's as simple as that. Stop worrying about it. You don't need to lose sleep. You'll be the first to know.
Hey, Frank Warren going hard on this. He going hard. Once again, sounding just like new media, just like what I've been telling you on the channel. Why everyone like, oh, yeah, when is Wilder Fury announcement? Like, really? I told you. But see, this is the thing I noticed is a lot of people keep questioning the validity and if it'll happen, despite Wilder and Fury both saying it's gonna happen, getting in the ring. People keep questioning if it will happen, but then when you ask them, do you think the fight's gonna happen? Oh, I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. What? You know, people doing videos like that, speculating that it might not happen, and then you go to ask them like, hey, you think this shit's going on? You think this Wilder Fury fight's gonna happen? I mean, I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. I'm just saying, what are you just saying? Nah, it ain't fuck Wilder Fury. Who cares what you want, Cordero? Wilder Fury that's a consolation prize. Because Team Joshua clearly didn't want to fight. Hey, Frank Warren, new media. And it's like that. Someone said Frank Warren on his hit him up shit. Yeah, man, he was going in. He said Joshua Povetkin tickets, they can't do their little scalping second-rate buyer trick because that's been outlawed or banned or whatever. New ordinance passed. A lot of those places, secondary markets, had to close down. Now you don't see it selling out. Now they're doing contests and giveaways and shit for the extra tickets. But see, this is poor timing because listen. See, this is where reality kicks in. See, it sounds like Joshua maybe drank the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? And now he start feeling himself feeling like, oh, I'm the massive A side. But Where are the facts behind it? You're not maybe as big as you think. You know, definitely not in America. They wasn't even calling you the proper name. He came to America, they talking about some Anthony Johnson. I'm like, who the fuck is Anthony Johnson? That looked like Joshua eating a hot dog. Oh shit, that is Joshua. They call him Anthony Johnson. Ain't that a bit? Man, fuck the dislikes, because they're not. Listen, if we have more dislikes than you've seen hot seats, then you already know what that's about. Straight up, you know, that's what that means. Because I'm more than willing to address all these same points, the same points in the hot seat, but they don't step up for it. So I mean, what can I do? I feel like Errol Spence. I gotta look for the hot seats, just like he has to look for fights. Yeah, they be having multiple accounts and shit. It don't matter. Y'all gotta just do the reverse. Smash the like button. The love always outshines the hate in it anyway. But the thing is, the drive-by don't do shit because the message is still out there. People are still gonna listen to it and determine what makes the most sense. So the dislikes ain't gonna do nothing. You know, the message is still out. They're gonna be like, oh, what's this dude with glasses talking about? Oh, that's a good point. Oh shit, that's facts. You know, that's what's gonna happen. They're not gonna be like, oh, this shit has 16 dislikes. What's that mean? Shout out to Roberto Martinez, shooter extraordinaire. He said haters gonna hate. We already know. Hey, DOG is tripping. He said AJ as popular as Kylie Minogue in America. But that's what I'm saying. He's not as popular. He didn't even do better viewership than Clarissa Shields. Different times that they came on, but still, you lost to a women's fight when women's fights just now on the upswing. You know, it's not like women are putting up crazy numbers because they were barely even getting opportunities to main event. You know? People take time out of their day to hate like they getting cake for it. Let them hate. It don't matter. The message is still out. Ego's army continues to grow. So, I mean, they can do that if they think that helps. But I'm still waiting for my apology letter. All this shit y'all say. And this, just listen. These dudes, they just keep being wrong. That's what I don't understand is how often are you going to be wrong? Like what we have to establish consequences in this game. You know, and I'm not talking fight predictions because I don't really look at, I mean, that could show that you don't know shit about boxing, the vampire stream. But beyond just fight predictions, when everything they say is wrong, what is the consequence? Are you guys going to stop watching the channels that constantly get it wrong and just be like, man, fuck this dude, man. I'm not tripping on what they talking about. You know what I mean? Y'all telling me about people want to battle and debate me. What? For what? Listen, you got to question it. How does someone want to debate me, right? And they've been in the game doing videos consistently, probably as long as I have, and they're nowhere near the growth of this channel. That has to tell you something. So it's not just about numbers, but why are you, if you're saying everything that's right and I'm full of shit, then why is it your message not resonating with the people? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you should be growing at an extraordinary pace, but these dudes never are. You know, they're always growing at a slow ass snail pace. Because just because you pour shit on syrup, I mean, shit on, how's the saying go? Because you pour shit on pancakes, don't. I forgot the saying. Hold on. Shit. What's the shit from Juice? What Samuel Jackson say? I'm drawing a blank. It's the vampire stream. Oh, he said just because you pour syrup on shit don't make it pancakes. That's it. I had it all tongue twisted. Nah, he said just because you pour syrup on shit don't make it pancakes. That tells me it's the new media era. Shout out Ego and DBN all day, man. Demolishing these boys. See, Roberto Martinez know it. So, yeah, y'all go check the IFL TV interview with Frank Warren. That's pretty much all I got to say. I just want to do a vampire stream. He was dropping that ether. He said tickets are not moving like they are supposed to. And honestly, aside from the ticket scalping, the Ticketmaster secondary markets, I think a lot of that has to do with Joshua, where he's at right now. You know, Joshua's profile. Even the UK fans, they're loyal, they're very supportive, but I don't think they're just willing to fall for everything. You know what I mean? I really don't. I think boxing is back. People want to see good fight. Like, I just covered Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter. It was a great atmosphere, and look at what we got from it. Gervonta Tank Davis, Adrian Broner, Errol Spence called out Shawn Porter the winner. Errol Spence had his 2 cents to say about Terrence Crawford. All of this just because of a good fight brought out the best. You know, Gerald Miller was there, right? That's what good fights do. You know, you get the most bang for your buck. Everyone wants to see it. You know, no bullshit, all that. You know, and it's just for Joshua, he has some ground to make up. I'm telling you, this Povetkin fight, I don't like it. Something about it, I try to tell y'all, I don't like it. Because Povetkin is no pushover opponent, especially with Joshua's. And you know what confusing me a little bit about Joshua is some of the things he says, man. Like, he talks about losing and the art of losing, and if he were to lose, and if he weren't to get past Povetkin. I don't like that. I honestly don't. I don't know what it is, but that bothers me. If I weren't to get past Povetkin, like, what are you talking about? Who talks like that? Like, I never heard Floyd Mayweather say that. It's like, if Maidana beat me, like, I never heard that. Ed Sheeran actually is behind the scalping crackdown. You got to explain that. What, he was doing it, or he found someone was fucking him over, or what? I don't know. You have to explain that one to me. But yeah, just Joshua brings up talking about losing and stuff. If it's good for my career, and yeah, he just says certain things that I'm just like, what? And the craziest thing is the world's seen and how the whole thing played out, and then he's trying to still blame it on Wilder. Like, at sometimes you have to just take the fade, take the L, and then just move on, you know, grow from it. That's what I believe in, you know. Like Robert Easter, he lost to Mikey Garcia. Shit happens. He took it like a champ, though. And now he can move on from it. It's just that simple.
The Olympics and a lot of people were all calling for pitches. And it made me appreciate it, as tough as it is, as much as it is a blessing as well. And I wouldn't change it for anything. The next question comes from Jeff Wojciechowski of Hit First Boxing. The zone is big, you know. Yeah, I got a lot of time for the zone. We initially had a meeting before.
How is Joshua? See, he doesn't even make it sense. He said the zone is big, you know. How is it big? How? How is it big? It just came out. I never heard of it prior to Eddie Hearn, ever. How is it big? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand who's telling Joshua what to say, or what. The zone is big, you know. Oh shit, they have it now. It's on the app, in the App Store. This shit got 5 stars already. Hey, they paying for ratings. How does shit have no fights but got 5 stars? These motherfuckers be lying. Look, bruh. How does it have 71 ratings in like almost a 5-star rating, and they ain't had no fights? Listen, hey, bruh, I'm not dumb. DAZN is paying for ratings. Look, just look. Hey, I'm done. DAZN USA is lit. Why would you even say DAZN? That sounds so scripted. DAZN USA, like real shit. Come on, real shit. This shit is not. This shit is just called DAZN. Why would a fan, like really a fan who just talks like that? Hey, DAZN USA, man. All right. Eddie. Eddie. This don't even sound like. Come on, y'all. Okay. I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but we gonna try to do this together. DAZN USA is lit. Okay, people that say is lit probably wouldn't sound so proper. DAZN USA, man. This, it reminds me of when I was doing that bit earlier about someone wearing a wire. You know how the person, the cop, the narc always trying to go to the hood and get drugs, and he looks so, he's trying to blend in. He wearing FUBU and South Pole jeans and just headbands and all kinds of shit like motherfuckers in the hood really ain't wearing right now. He's like, yeah, man, I got my FUBU, man. Who got the blow? I'm looking for that piff. Like, what? You're clearly a fed. I'm trying to get zooted. Bro, you're clearly a cop. I know that firsthand. Just because that's not how drug addicts come to you. Someone said he wearing Shaq shoes. That's what I'm saying. He got the P. Miller sneakers and shit. Come on, bro. That's not even how people in the hood like respond, especially a crackhead. They're not, yeah, man, I'm trying to get zooted. Who has all the blow? I'm looking for some smack. Anybody got some smack? Like, get the fuck out of here. You about to get smacked, B. Like, yo, God, get the fuck off my block. This is my block. Get the fuck off. You about to get smacked, yo. You talking about? This shit say DAZN USA is lit. Hey, bro, they pay. That's an employee or something. Look, because why would they say USA? This shit just came out. D from Charlotte. Okay. I'm done. This sound like the first 48. When they don't be saying the names, it'd be like, man, I told Kate to put the gun down and the D from Charlotte. Like, what? D from Charlotte? Like, it couldn't just be Denise or whatever. It just said D. D from Charlotte. Hey. Oh my gosh. D from Charlotte? They got to do better, man. They got to do better. At least like make it look like they're trying to sound too hip. That man. I'm done. D from Charlotte. Oh my God. Hold on. That's not a real comment. I don't give a fuck. That can't. People don't even talk like that. When you write a real review, look. This shit was 21 hours ago. This shit just came out and aired no fights. And they talking about, so this is after the Amir Khan fight, because that was on Saturday. So, and that was on Facebook for free. And this app wasn't out yet. DAZN USA is lit. 5-star. D from Charlotte. D's nuts. Got him. I love that they have MMA and boxing. Can't get that anywhere else. So D from Charlotte. D's nuts. D batteries, motherfucker. D batteries. Right? D's nuts. said, I love that they have MMA and boxing. Can't get that anywhere else. And you really want me to believe this is so bad. Oh my God, look. Amir Khan 333111, 5-star, honestly great. Great functionality and the perfect app for fight fans. Do you really want me to believe these are real reviews from not paid people? You know how they always talk about like crisis actors and shit? His name was Amir Khan. You forced Amir Khan to get an account. I'm so done with this. That kid. It won't even let me look at the other reviews. Hey, this is some bullshit, man. Amir Khan 333111 says great functionality and the perfect app for fans. That's look. I'll show you a random app that I have. Let's look. All right, I'm gonna just put in something. You know what? I'll put random. No, I'll use one I have. Okay, what? Look. You know, I'm always traveling. Hotels.com. That's what I use them. Oh shit! Hold on. I use them often. Look, similar rating. Look at list. I'm gonna show you real comments. First comment. August 15th. Jet the Natural Beauty. Promises not kept. 3 stars. I've been using this for a while now. You are able to get a free night once you book 10 nights. Then you have to become a silver member, blah, blah, blah. Right? Look. False information. I am 20 years old. Booking a hotel is quite difficult. Look, keep in mind this has 4.8, this how many ratings it has. Look, this is a 5-star rating. Thanking God for this something. Traveling from Hadesburg for burying my sister in a family cemetery. I fell asleep and hit a car I was trailing. My car was badly damaged and not drivable. I checked into a hotel. Damn, that sounds fucked up. 1 star. Do you see the difference? Like, I'm not dumb. Trying to talk to customer service has been the worst experience I've had with the company. I called in 4 separate times. These are actual reviews. People are, because I use social, like I'm heavy on my phone. This is what I do for a living. Like, being online is definitely part of my job. I create my own schedule. So when I'm in different cities, I don't know where to eat. In New York, I don't know. I'm not from New York. So I'll be on Yelp. I go on Yelp, see pictures of food. So I know the difference between real reviews. Amazon Prime, I'm heavy on that. I got something coming tomorrow on Amazon, or today actually, because it's the vampire stream. Right? I got something coming tomorrow. So I know what real reviews look like. Here, man. Look, let's look at ESPN Plus. Found it. Look. 4.4. Worst app I own. I love ESPN for the sports cover, but this app is horrendous. Developer response, blah, blah, blah. Look. 2 stars. ESPN app has gotten better layout, easier to use, but they only gave it 2 stars. Look. Real comments. Look. The names even look more realistic. Wesley Hansen. it has been ruined. 1 star. ESPN has been my go-to app. Blah blah blah. You know, I know the difference. I could spot a fake. You know, that's one thing I'm good at. I fuck around and accidentally rated this. That motherfucker said DAZN is lit. All right, so what fight did you enjoy on DAZN since it hasn't debuted yet? Oh my gosh, this shit is funny. That shit said DAZN USA is lit. And you want me to believe that's a real human that used the DAZN in America, even though no fights have aired. And they're like, yeah, this is the perfect addition for fight fans around the world. That sounds so scripted. But why? Listen, all you have to do, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. This how you freaking. Instead of paying a PR person to put out that bullshit, go to the hood and go find Rodney and them. And he gonna get his friends and his cousins. And all you have to do is kick them like $550. And they gonna write some shit. You know, because you don't have to be like the most profound writer. But Rodney and them gonna hook it up. And it's gonna sound a lot more. They'll be like, yeah, the zone was cool. You know, I ran into a couple motherfucking problems. And it's gonna at least sound realistic. I'm just trying to help. I just want to help. I'm talking about DAZN USA is very lit. All the kids are doing it. It's so lit. Really? That's supposed to be a real review? And there's no fights that have been on it? Come on, man. That's I don't know who that is, or you know, Eddie Hearn's nephews and niece. I don't know, something. That's not a real comment. How you gonna say some shit 5-star and they ain't even aired a fight on it? Like, let's be real. When have you? That's like, oh my god, that's like me going to a new pizza parlor, like a new pizzeria, and I'm like, god damn, this pizza good. Like, the pizza ain't even came out yet. I know, but I just know it's 5-star. Like, who the fuck would leave a 5-star rating to some shit? Just go on Yelp and be like, god damn, this is the best pizza I ever had. The pepperonis, they're not too spicy, but they got a little kick. It hits you. And the sausage, let me tell you about the sauce. I mean, if you're Muslim or something, you might not want the sauce. But you can't even eat the pepperoni. But I'm telling you, there's some good ass pizza. 5-star. Who does that? Who is gonna? This shit is so comical. New media. Who is gonna leave a 5-fucking-star rating for some shit they haven't even tried? Talking about, yeah, this is just what I needed as a fight fan. Come on, bro. That shit sounds scripted. You know what? I'm not paying for the first month just off of that. I need some transparency. I'm not getting it off that. Just like, you know, I'm gonna have to wait. I have to wait and start seeing show me the calendar. I gotta see that calendar. That shit said DAZN USA is lit. You really want me to believe that that's a average human who has nothing to do, that wasn't hired, wasn't, you know, paid person to do, and they just wrote that out of their heart. Like, come on, man. Who's astute? He need him. Astute boxing. I'm gonna put you in a hot seat. I need some work. Y'all want him in a hot seat? He says, "What's wrong with DAZN? Shouldn't we be getting behind all boxing channels? Any promoting of the sport is good, right? And we are the boxing fans. Does it matter what broadcaster?" See, now you trying to get cute up in here. So we got to break your punk ass down. All right. It's not about not getting So my question to you, you're in the hot seat, my friend. Hey, my friend, you're in the hot seat. What's your favorite DAZN fight that's announced? Name three fights that you like. You want to get behind them. You want to get behind him, and it just because it's boxing, that means it's good. So name 3 fights you're anticipating on DAZN. I'll be waiting. Where you at? See, shouldn't we be getting behind? Yeah, we get behind quality. We get behind what's good. If it's good and they start putting on great fights like Dillian White versus Luis Ortiz, Tony Bellew versus Usyk, sign me up. These are all great fights. Wilder Joshua. Where's this dude at? You see, he want to play peacekeeper. I don't like peace. Fuck peace. Can't be no peace. Astute boxing. Get your astute ass up in here. He said, I can understand that, but quality is the WBSS. Hey, you talking to other people. I'm trying to, you're in a hot seat. What are 3 fights? And if you reply to anybody else, then that's an automatic strike. Saved DAZN. Strike 1. Let's get it. Strike 1. Once again, name 3 fights you're looking forward to, since you said everyone should be hyped for DAZN. What's a strike? Strike 2. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, I got a soundboard now. Let's get it. We crack it. See, y'all didn't know. I got that new shit. Hey, come on, Stu. You gotta do something, baby. Hey, it's Stu, man. Name 3 fights on DAZN that you really checking for? Since we should get behind it, like you said. Everyone should just get behind it. 2 strikes. We about to get behind your ass, get this 3rd strike. Oh, my God. He trying to see the Welsh Mayweather. Hey, Astute, you got 1 more strike. Please. Please. So name 3 fights. 3 fights. You said we should get behind. Okay, so what's the reason? So you have to, I'm not just getting behind something, you know. And these motherfuckers didn't say that to Rock Nation, and they didn't say that 50 Cent when he had his boxing promotion. They didn't say, oh, fuck what SMS promotions and Rock Nation are giving us. Get behind them. These motherfuckers is fake, and I promise you, I got the game shook. I promise you. Like I said, when 50, something special, man. When he had SMS promotion, they didn't say, oh, get behind it. You know, get behind whatever 50's doing. He's new to boxing. Get behind Rock Nation. They're trying to give people money and they're trying their hand at boxing. Now these motherfuckers talking about get behind some shit. Fuck off. Listen, you have 15 seconds. 2 strikes in 15 seconds. You tell me the 3 fights you're looking forward to on DAZN. It's that simple. $12 seconds. I could say about any promotion. What 3 fights? Saunders, Andrade, Grove, Smith, and Usyk versus AJ will happen. Usyk versus AJ. He's not even at heavyweight right now, and they're talking about Tony Bellew. So you just made up a fight that's not even scheduled. Finish him. Shooters, get this man out of here. Bye-bye. It's been fun. Shooters, get him the fuck out of here. Saunders versus Andrade. He says Caleb Smith and George Groves. And Usyk versus Anthony Joshua. Man. Finish him. Another one bites the dust. He's so dumb. He could have at least said Joshua versus Povetkin. Finish him. Oh my God, I'm loving these sound effects now. They fuck around, gave me sound effects, man. Finish him. Finish him. Dusties. Let's get it, man. This shit. He could at least said Joshua Povetkin. He said Joshua versus Usyk. Really? A fight that's not even announced. Usyk got to fight Tony Bellew, or he's trying to fight him, or he's getting ordered to fight Denis Lebedev or whatever. And Joshua still has to get past Povetkin. So why are we even talking about Usyk? Come on, man. These young boys can't beat me. We just increasing the body counts. Oh my God, they so desperate. They just clawing for life. Listen, it's not about. I will support DAZN. Listen. Who leaves a review for fights they never seen? Exactly. Listen, I have no problem with DAZN, depending on their schedule. Simple. I'm not watching Josh Kelly versus Liam and Katie Taylor versus Roseanne Barr and some bullshit for $10 a month. I can't swing it. You know, I can swing it. Y'all see the super chats, but I'm not going to swing it. You know, I'd rather give my mama $10 a month. You know, or I'll give her more than that because I love her. But I pay for too much. I don't even like recurring shit. You know, I like to pay it for the month. I mean, for the year. And I'm definitely not doing that with DAZN when I've only heard of one fight that I really want to see. And that's Demetrius Andre Billy Joe Saunders. Love it. Great fight. But Jesse Vargas or Thomas Delorme, nah, no disrespect, I like Jesse, but that's just not it for me, you know. Especially on the same night as Conor McGregor. And listen, I'm a boxing fan through in and throughout. That was a horrible decision to put that on the same day. The moment you found out Conor McGregor is coming back, even if your fight was scheduled first, you should have tried to rebook that. Because it's not like you sold out tickets or something. You know, you should have tried to rebook it or re-strategize it. But that's a horrible date to come back on a date where Conor McGregor, he's going to blow them out of the water. You know? And it's not like it's a UK fight. Like it's going to come on way earlier in Conor McGregor. It'll probably be on simultaneously because it's happening in Chicago. You know? So the UFC card, you know, UFC be having like 10 fucking fights, 10 preliminary fights. That's a horrible day to come back. So let me get this straight. Joshua Povetkin, people are mad. It's not sold out. People are mad because he's not fighting Wilder. So I don't know how that's going to do. You know, dangerous fight. Then Thomas Delorme versus Jesse Vargas, no type of buzz. You know? I don't know. I mean, Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders, that's the best thing that I could think of that it got going. You know what I mean? To the point where people would like, oh, yeah, I'm going to buy this. Because that's a good fight. I like that fight. And it's funny because Eddie Hearn has so many critiques on Al Heyman and the PBC and what the PBC did wrong and how they mismanaged things or switched this. And listen, Frank Warren's killing. He started killing. Listen.
Well, the problem is the game we've got, you know, ads.
I think I've read a story the other day where getting on there.
Very good feedback, yeah. He's a kid who's
I'm talking about Shelley Finkel's offer because they know.
It's nothing. I wish I was young. You're young.
Listen.
We don't care if it don't happen in 10 years. What they want to risk that for? Fighting a live guy. Got rid of them, and I wound up being at Sky. But the bottom line of it was that's where Barry Hearn's head is. You know why? He's an accountant. Of course he's got in his head. Anthony Joshua fights, sells 70,000, 80,000 tickets if he's fighting, you know, anybody. Could be anybody. And well, he thinks they're going to generate that. What they want to risk that for? Fighting a live guy. Of course they don't. That's their mentality. I get that. Barry Hearn knows that. I'm sure at the end of the day he's told his boy that's what the position is. Barry, out of his own mouth, said, I do not want him to fight Wilder. I don't care if he doesn't fight Wilder. All we care about is making him rich. Well, you know, of course boxers got to earn money. Of course they've got to generate income from themselves. It's a dangerous sport. But at the end of the day, don't the fans want to see the best fights? Want to see the best fight and the best?
No media.
Eventually making them happen. Not if we don't care if it don't happen in 10 years or in 2 years down the line. You know, is Anthony Joshua and Wilder going to be around in 2 years' time? Who knows? There's a lot of good young heavyweights coming through. So that's the bottom line. All they keep doing with that, keep changing their story. The story is they would offered $50 million for the fight. They kept all the rights, the Americans, and $30 million rematch.
Listen, he about to school. Listen, he says, why is he talking just like new media? This is crazy. Listen to what he says.
And $30 million rematch if he lost. That was what the deal was. That was the deal. 1,000,000% that was the deal. And forget about what his contracts are with other stations and that. He said, Anthony Joshua, I'll fight Wilder for $50 million. That's what he said, and they offered the $50 million in writing. And Al Heyman, that was the other thing, that we want proof of funds. Where's the money? See what Al Heyman's just announced the deal he's announced? It's the richest deal in boxing he's just announced. The money coming in. This is Al Heyman, who can't afford, all they're saying, can he afford to pay this money? I mean, come on now. Pathetic.
Hey, listen. We got a super chat in there.
Anthony Joshua, I'll fight Wilder for $50 million.
Listen.
That's what he said, and they offered the $50 million in writing. And Al Heyman, that was the other thing, that we want proof of funds. Where's the money? See what Al Heyman's just announced the deal he's announced? It's the richest deal in boxing he's just announced. The money coming in. This is Al Heyman, who can't afford, all they're saying, can he afford to pay this money? I mean, come on now. Pathetic.
Frank, one of the kind of issues that...
Wow. Hey, he brought up a good-ass point. I'm going to get to the super chat in a minute, but it's hard because I don't want to lose the train of thought when we got the momentum. Listen to the point he just made. He says they're questioning the validity of the $50 million that was offered to Joshua. You just see Al Heyman's blockbuster deal with Fox and the deal with Showtime, and you want to question this man. Once again, this is what I said. Y'all acting like the money ain't, like Al Heyman ain't good for the money, but you got motherfuckers like Drake doing 10 million streams an hour when his album Scorpion first dropped, the second day or whatever, and he's talking about some Al Heyman checks on all of my event. Yeah, you know. And you questioning this man if he's good for the money. Frank Warren brought a beautiful point up there. Beautiful point. You questioning if the 50 million, how was he able to come up with 50 mil? How the fuck was he able to get a 3-year deal with Showtime and a 4-year deal with Fox? You know, and 3 years they can renegotiate. They can extend it. You know, obviously they want to see how it goes. Excellent point by Frank Warren. Marlon Sims, $5 super chat. Show me some love. I'm 3-0 with 2 knockouts. Fighting from Minnesota. Again, 828. I'm doing it right. MarlonSims.com. Facebook at Marlon Solcy Sims. IG is at Marlon Solcy. Yo, y'all, listen. Before the stream goes on, we have a fighter, Marlon Sims. Check him out. Screenshot this. You know, don't just bullshit. So everyone to screenshot it. Your phone should have the screenshot capability. Screenshot his information and look him up. Eagles Army. We are a real life community, and there's a fighter who's on the up and coming. He's 3-0 with 2 knockouts. He just did a $5 super chat. Marlon Sims. Screenshot his info or write it down some kind of way right now if you could. Screenshot's probably the easiest. And check him out. Because I'm going to do it right now too. Hold on. I'm going to check you out too. He said he's at 130. You know, salute to everybody. Shout out to James Souza. He dropped the info in there. Shout out to Marlon Sims. Out of Minnesota. Okay. I don't know if y'all got too many fighters. Y'all had Prince, though. He a legend, so we might have a legend in the making. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Twin City, Minnesota, man. But yeah, man, that's the whole point. Frank Warren's like, how are they gonna question if Al Heyman's good for the money? He just did this mega deal with Fox and Showtime, and you really want. And then why? I told y'all, Okay, so Eddie Hearn is the only one who keeps saying DAZN is the biggest deal in boxing, bigger than, he just did an interview and he said it's bigger than what Al Heyman just did, right? And he also in that interview tried to take credit, like he's the one that made these other deals. Like, first of all, deals aren't made overnight. So, irregardless to whatever the fuck Hearn was doing, I'm sure this is something that Showtime was interested in committing a longer term or making it more official, right? Getting, like, you know what I mean, a constant flow of fights from Heyman and Premier Boxing Champs, right? But how Eddie Hearn, how you gonna try to take credit for someone else's deal? Hey, yeah, I mean, it's good for boxing because I got people motivated. Like, you didn't really do that. You know, Al Heyman came out with Premier Boxing Champs before you. So if any, this shit is crazy. If anything, DAZN is like a watered down Premier Boxing Champs at this moment. If you really think about it, how you gonna try? See, this is crazy. This is the crazy part about the game. People will take from you, and then try to flip it in their own way, tweak little things, and then they'll try to act like they came up with it. This is crazy. He telling Al Heyman, oh yeah, Heyman should thank me in the interview. You should thank him because he was the one that brought boxing back to prime regular TV initially. He was the one that, you know, started Premier Boxing Champs. In 2015 it came out, I believe, and started putting a flood, saturating the market, you know, bringing interest back on a mainstream level, you know, and then made Top Rank raise their game and Golden Boy start doing different shit. You know, what are we talking about? And now you saying he should thank you. But anyway, Eddie Hearn is the only one who's saying that his deal with DAZN is still bigger than Al Heyman. From what I've heard from Ring TV, Mike Coppinger, they have an article, and he says this is it says between Showtime and Fox in these new joint multi-year deals, because it's all under the Heyman umbrella, Al Heyman Sports LLC. He says this is the richest deal in boxing by far, including, yes, Eddie Hearn. It said something like that on the, go to Ring TV. It said something like, yes, including Eddie Hearn's deal with DAZN. And Frank Warren's now saying it. Eddie Hearn's the only one saying his deal is richer. But beyond that, all these dudes got money, you know, so that's not even anything we're questioning. They're all lucrative deals. But the difference is Al Heyman has 160 plus fighters. Eddie Hearn don't have that. He don't have a constant influx and like 160 fighters under his belt, you know? And I've already talked about this. If you're like my dude Marlon Sims or some shit, right? Would you rather be able to tell your family, hey, turn on Fox, I'm gonna be fighting on the Broner undercard on Fox, or hey, I'm on the Thomas Delorme, Jesse Vargas on the DAZN. It's not delivery, it's DAZN, you know what I mean? Or telling them Showtime Boxing. I mean, honestly, would you rather tell, hey, DAZN USA is #1? Like, what would you rather tell them? You know, I just found this out today on the conference call, or yesterday. Do you understand DAZN's only been out for 2 years? Like, you know how in its respective areas, because you know how it launched in other areas first. It's only been out for 2 years. That is not proven. Amazon, I'll tell you, listen, because I'm new media, motherfucker. Amazon, see, a lot of shit be out before y'all know. Right? It'd be out before you know, and it just became popular, but they've been working. Amazon opened Amazon opened was founded July 5th. See, y'all, listen, I'm new media for real, because I do the research for y'all. Do y'all know who Amazon? Do you want to know when Amazon was founded? No looking it up. Do you guys know when Amazon was founded? Hurry up. When was Amazon founded? What year? Because I don't want someone cheating and looking it up. What year did Amazon, was it founded? 10 seconds. When was Amazon founded? Amazon, the company. When did it come out? 1998? Nope. When was it founded? When was Amazon? See, motherfuckers looking it up. 96? Nope. 2011? Nope. 2005? Nope. 1984? 10 years ago? Nope. July 5th, 1994. 1994 is when it was founded. The day after Independence Day. So there's a lot of companies, and they've been out and grinding well before they became like as household names. You know, they say every success story has a 10-year in the making, you know. All right, when was Netflix founded? Netflix, years. I need years. Hurry. Netflix. When was Netflix founded? Because I don't want y'all cheating and trying to spoil it. Netflix. When did it originate? Netflix. 2000, 2007. Nope. Keep going. 2000. 06. Nope. August 29th, 1997. A year after Tupac died. DAZN has been out for 2 years. Like I'm talking about in the other markets before it's trying to take over America. So that's far from proven. Amazon been doing this since 94. Netflix been doing this since 97. Like it takes time, you know, and I'm not saying I've been out longer than DAZN. On YouTube, I've been doing videos consistently. So what are we really talking about? Redbox came out in 2002. Redbox, 2002. So it's 2018. This shit came out, you know, some of y'all was like, I don't know how young y'all are. That's what I'm saying. So DAZN to me is really not proven on any level. How is it proven? Like it's been out for 2 years. 2 years. So it's not about wanting it to fail or no dumb shit. But at the end of the day, they have a lot of proving to do. And they're going to have to get the ball rolling. You have to jumpstart. Like even Premier Boxing Champs, when it first came out, the first fight card had Broner on it and Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman versus Robert Guerrero, I think, and Broner versus John Molina. Like the very first card. So they had to jam pack it to get the buzz going. You know what I mean? That's when people are like, oh, they blew through so much money. DAZN, what are they going to do to get really, like, it's like you almost have to splurge a little bit if you want to break ground really quick, you know, take that huge risk and potential huge loss up front, you know. But DAZN, I mean, Thomas Delorme, Jesse Vargas, that's what's going to get you off the ground. It's going to take a lot of them type of fights to get you there. So, yeah, it's all about the matches with DAZN. They're going to have to put on some really good fight. Because even the World Boxing Super Series, HBO and Showtime didn't pick it up last year. It's a great series. But, I mean, I'm just being real. World Boxing Super Series now, there's still a couple divisions, but it's not the same. Like Cruiserweight, they're doing another one. And I'm glad that like guys like Andrew Tabiti are in it now. But Usyk's not in it. So it's just like it kind of defeats the whole purpose. Usyk is the undisputed Cruiserweight. So what's the point of seeing another Cruiserweight tournament and they don't have belts or they have secondary belts? I don't know how they're doing that. What is the point of that? It's just like it's like Superfly thing. When the Superfly first, when it was Chocolatito was buzzing and shit, the first one or two were cool, but then they just did Superfly 3 on the same day of Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, and it just wasn't it, you know. Inui, however you pronounce it, he moved up in weight, so he was no longer on it. Sor Rungvisai wasn't on it. He was at the crib eating rat. And then Chocolatito is on the Canelo Triple G rematch card. So he ain't on it, you know? So who wants to see, like, who really was, like, checking for Superfly 3 like that? Like, yeah, especially on the same day as Garcia Porter. Yeah, it just wasn't the same. And that's kind of how I look at the World Boxing Super Series. I mean, the first cruiserweight was all that. That was dope. I mean, as far as George Groves, he was injured, and that kind of delayed the whole thing. Like, so it's like you kind of lost interest because he beat Chris Eubank. I don't even remember what month that was. It felt like a while ago. Then he got hurt, so you know, it's just we've been waiting and waiting. So that kind of lost luster to me. And then DAZN wasn't out by the time that Usyk fought Gassiev, so that wasn't on DAZN. So what World Boxing Super Series fight is on there? You know what I mean? Nonito Donaire's division. You know what I mean? The new cruiserweight tournament, and we already know who the undisputed guy is, who's the guy to beat Usyk, and is not in the tournament. You know what I mean? So that's just my thoughts, people. Anyway, I've been streaming, bumping my gums. Holla at the kid. This was a good vampire stream. I felt like we got a lot to talk about, and we got a lot out. But Eddie Hearn, I just feel like Hearn has to make some marquee fights and ASAP. You know, you can't. You have to take big risks for big reward, and your company that you partnered up with is not established. It's not like you got with. You know what would be cool if like DAZN was like part of Hulu or some shit. You know, and Hulu channel, like the people who have, because that would entice people to get Hulu. Like if it was somehow connected to that, like, and they put boxing on Hulu or some shit, that would make sense because Hulu is even established. Let's look at Hulu. I don't even know. I don't even have Hulu. My parents have it. Hulu. I can't even find out. Hold on. When did Hulu come out? Hulu came out, it looks like 2007. See, once again, every success story, 10 years in the making. It's 2018. 11 years. You know, DAZN's been out two. So, again, I'm not saying everything has a starting point. All these companies that I'm talking about, there was an initial starting point. I get that. But what I'm saying is you're in the market, Top Rank's doing the damn thing. They got some pretty good fights on ESPN Plus. You got to compete with that subscription, which is also cheaper, by the way, per month. And then you also have to compete with Al Heyman putting fights on free TV with Fox and Fox FS1 plus Showtime, which is a paid, you know, and this is your competition. And ESPN, Showtime, and Fox are all already established, whereas DAZN isn't. So how do you stand out from the crowd? You have to make yourself stand out with great, compelling matchups. Someone said, what about darts? I'm done. Y'all motherfuckers talking about darts. I'm not. But see, listen, I'm a sports fan, but the sports that I like aren't on DAZN. I don't know about people in the UK or wherever, but I watch NBA basketball, no problem. MLB baseball, I catch the San Francisco Giants, no problem. I just watched a great Green Bay game. Packers, Aaron Rodgers came back, bounced back. I watched my Niners, no problem. I don't need DAZN to watch that. So, truth be told, what am I? I don't, Bellator. I usually watch. I'm not as big in the MMA, but I mean UFC usually has the bigger fights. So, I don't know. Basically, me personally, my personal taste, if I get DAZN, I would get it really because of baseball. Because of boxing. Look at the DAZN reviews. It says 5-star. I want to watch all J League games. It's all good that you launches ACL games. What the fuck is the J League? Okay. Hey, DAZN is literally paying for reviews. There's no... Okay. Hell no. These are not reviews from real people. You guys got to see these reviews. This is insane. I don't even want to show y'all. Y'all want to see? Y'all want to see the review? What it says? This is unbelievable. Japanese soccer, Jewish league. Hey, y'all tripping. DAZN has darts. I'm not watching none of that. Listen. If you, I'm out of here after this. Whatever. Good luck to DAZN. Okay. The other guy said his name was Amir Khan on here. This says AK King. All right. 10 hours ago. Happy fan, 5 stars. Oh shit, hold on. He gave it 5 stars. You want to read this fake ass comment? If y'all want me to read the 5-star happy fan, can I get a hell yeah? You better hurry up for my screen go dim. I need more motivation. Y'all gotta put that hell yeah. My screen's about to go dark. That's it. This app is what I be waiting for my entire life as a fight fan. That is not real. This hold on. This app is what I be waiting for my entire life as a fight fan. Okay, this is these are not real people. I don't give a fuck. They should have did a better job of hiding that. Hey, okay, his name was Amir Khan or AK King Khan. That's Amir Khan or somebody who's on DAZN or some shit. That should say I'm a happy fan. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life. I can't believe that. That's too dramatic. I've never written anything close to that. Oh, I would kill my whole family for this DAZN app. Like, who's gonna be that? What? Happy fan, 5-star. This app is what I've been waiting for my entire life as a fight fan. I'm done. I'm really done. Oh, my entire life, huh? Shout out to Actual Facts, my dude, Angel Santos, $5 super chat. Eddie got it. I can't even read this. He said Eddie got all his fighters making accounts on their devices, leaving reviews. Hold this L, Eddie. That's what I'm saying. The Amir Khan can't chill from the Samuel Vargas fight. You got him making up accounts. That should say. There's another one that said Amir Khan directly. Then that should say AK King. This is what I've been waiting for. I be waiting for me whole life. And come get the fuck out of here. This is what I be waiting for my whole life as a fight fan. And this is how I know it's fake. They haven't aired one fight. So how is it what you be waiting for your whole life and there's no fights on there? You have not watched anything on it. So how are you going to, as a fight fan, how are you doing that? How are you rating something so highly You've never even seen. How is it you be waiting your whole life for it, but you never even witnessed one fight on it? Because I watched the Amir Khan fight on DAZN Facebook. Hey, DAZN, you got to do something, baby. That's it. That's a stream. I don't know. You guys, anyway, if you want to download it, it's available. Shout out to It's Not Delivery, it's DAZN. I'm out. The Vampire Stream. This was a good one. Shout out to Frank Warren, New Media. On the Vampire.